Welcome to tonight's grand final match in the Club 170 Star League Season 2. I'm BDef100, your host, here tonight joined with special guest commentary, Simply and Tharaoh. Say hello.
Hello.
Thank you both for being here. That's really hyped, really excited for this great match. I'm not sure if people are aware, but these runners' PBs are within 10 seconds apart, so we are in for a great match tonight.
Okay.
I'm so pumped. Pretty much ready to get started here pretty quickly here. But I did want to go over a few things. This is a charity stream. We're raising money for Feeding America, and it's a great cause right now. We're looking to raise $100, and I will match the first $100 we raise to the prize pool. So you don't donate to charity, I'll donate to the runners. Let's make this happen. Let's make the prize pool grow as big as possible. In addition to just splitting bits and subs revenue with the runners. So let's try to get that prize pool as big as possible for the runners. Rumor has it that the first prize payout is over $50 right now. So let's see what we can do. That is the stakes for tonight. Of course, I skipped on by it, but of course, Simply needs no introduction. The current 120-star world record holder. Tharaoh, of course, commentary and speedrunning extraordinaire of many games, Mario 64, Odyssey, and especially familiar with you from the commentary scene. So,
Currently I am the record holder in the seniors category, so I just wanted to point that out. That's age 85 and above.
Very
so
nice.
I am the world record holder for that. So just wanted to point that out.
It is well pointed out. I was not aware of that. We're just happy to have you here tonight. So. I think the runners are eager to get started. I'm sure everyone here is eager to get started. I did want to show a little highlight reel about how we got here with the runners. So I hope you will enjoy this. I haven't done any video editing in like 10 years, so I apologize in advance. But let's see what we can do. Enjoy.
Like, coming up in the later stages, we have code. Oh, no.
And then Haka just running into Bowser, and that's Tabby with the lead.
Takes the lead.
Oh, and Flixer taking a big mistake. Tabby goes for this little strat here to build speed.
Gets a triple jump there. That's odd.
Yeah, it's very unusual. Just make sure he gets to the top of the hill there. That's ridiculous. Haka barely, in the lead. Oh, but missing the text box skip. Tabby hasn't been playing for 3 weeks, so he's just been working on his mental game the whole time. That's why he's winning right now. Platform, but just... you hate to see it. Flixer with the beautiful sky jump right there. Like, what else can you say?
Be working on their Wedge Rolled 100 coin here. Taking a bonk on that blue coin switch. Second time the blue coin switch is just out to get Hakasay today.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to see the lava boost by Flixer going for the triple jump. Does get it. Oh, falling off. And takes a death.
Oh, but they're going to just turn to the top of the tower here and do the long jump off. I believe we saw Oddcat do something similar. Yeah. Lining up the,
What?
Yeah, no, that's not how I expected that to go, but that worked.
Can he get up there?
Not the worst backup.
Oh, invincible wall.
Yeah, that was unusual. Haka missing the button.
Good backup.
You can do that backup? I thought you had to hit the wall and do that one. No,
Yeah. I actually had no clue.
What?
To do that.
What is this?
Okay.
Some bullshit right there. Pretty much on point. Oh, Gerby's taking the...
All the time. And that's a miss.
That's a miss.
Can he get the cycle? Oh, couldn't get the cycle. Whoa!
Haka's gonna be taking the win.
Taking the win, taking that third Bowser throw.
Throw pulling off.
Three
Flixer
for 3.
with the win. GG's in the chat.
GG's
Very
to Flixer.
close race.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that little kind of show of just how we got here. Some mistakes, some incredible things, some backups I had certainly never seen before. So that was pretty cool. I had fun going through and running that together. And that, believe me, there were so many more highlights this season. I couldn't fit them all. Those were just from the quarterfinals matches. We had the whole group stage. We had semifinals too. So it's been a fun season. Shout outs to all the runners who've been a part of it. Shout out to Tabby for some of those backup strategies there. Insane. And that gives us a good point to go into the statistics here. I ran some of the numbers here. We can see the runner's personal best within 10 seconds to each other. Flixer recently just PB'd in a Club 100 race, and you got the 51:39, Haka with the 51:46. But as we can see from their race times, Haka actually has the advantage on Flixer, being first in the league ranked in terms of race time. Neither of these runners were the most consistent in the league, far from it, with the 4th and 5th consistency, but they won when it mattered, which is, I guess, the most important thing. And we here at Club 100 have crunched the numbers in our Club 100 computer model to try to figure out the win probability and calculate the win probability for tonight's grand finals. And it gives the advantage to Hakasay with a 60%, basically 60-40 advantage. And if you combine that into the best of 3, which we're expecting tonight, basically a 2/3 to 1/3 advantage for Hakasay. So we're in for a great race. Flixer with the better PB, Haka with the more consistency, and the computers love him. So we shall see.
For me, it's most interesting. I know that you sat down and you compiled all these numbers, but for me, being a viewer of watching these races and even a participant in some of these tournaments, I always find it so much more entertaining when the PB is not like so high, like world record level. Like, if we're watching Simply and we're watching D whatever, we're kind of counting on who has the least amount of mistakes, but the crazy stuff is what goes on within that 5 minutes to world record, and it really kind of adds some flair, adds some fire into these runs, making them incredibly entertaining. So I'm really excited to see what both of these guys bring to the table. Hakasay, of course, I just kind of compared it during the clips just a moment ago. Hakasay being a little bit more of that consistency runner, like what you said, so more of that punctation, that robotic type push. Flixer, he's not afraid to pull out the stops if he needs to, and that's where I think the mental game of, hey, are they watching? Are they changing up their strats as they're going through? Is really going to play into this match as it comes up.
Yeah, this is going to be a booty bopper and arguably probably a booty slammer. I mean, it has to be. The grand finals, I find it very interesting that Haka actually has a slower PB, but his racing abilities are there. And I mean, we've seen that before in, with GSA's league, like Punkay.
Right.
Coming to the top despite D whatever having a very hot time, a 70-star specialist, but when it comes down to it, are you able to clutch it out, handle your nerves, and bring it home?
Also, shout outs to the Ruby Mill tournament. Some of those statistics I showed earlier include race times from the Ruby Mill tournament. Very handy to have a big tournament going on where, because, PBs and normal runs don't necessarily tell you the story what is going to happen in a race. So having more race data was really handy. So shout outs to Ruby Mill. The data has been very helpful.
It is awesome to see all the tournaments going popping. The Beat F100. This has been dope. It's cool to see that you're getting it popping, and I'm ready. I'm ready for some action.
And speaking of being ready, I've already checked with the runners. We are just waiting for them to confirm, do a countdown, get this race started.
Yeah, going into it, I've been on both sides now, between racing myself or actually commentating. And I will say this, I've tried both ways. I know Simply has a YouTube video out right now that I think is titled The Race that I Wish We Could Forget. And I remember you could actually get into your opponent's head watching them. we're getting started now. Going to take just a moment to get the streams synced up, but you can actually get into your opponent's head, and that's what Nicrovita did with me, where he's doing, you know, all of these very basic strats, you know, playing it really safe, we're really close, and then all of a sudden pole glitch and fire C in 16 star, which was kind of like a punch to the gut, like crap, I just save and quit because I'm not paying attention to myself. So definitely watching the race if you're racing versus, you know, just kind of putting your head down, doing what you know how to do, creates a different dynamic.
Absolutely. And right now we have an interesting dynamic where Flixer's timer is running, but Haka's is not. So we're kind of just hoping that everything is going to work itself out. I mean, oh, and we got the reset going. We do need to get the timer going. Auto splitter not doing what it should do. I mean, I've had these issues before. Sometimes it just doesn't start, but that's okay. We are getting it rebooted. But Flixer not really giving too much of a... Wait, can I swear?
You can swear. This is GSA
Absolutely.
After Dark.
Flixer not giving too much of a booty cake. And moving on.
Booty cake.
We're getting yet another restart here. 3 races now. This is the tiebreaker. Game 3. Maybe. Nope, never mind. We will be restarting once again. You love to see it. I mean, I am no stranger to the technical side. Sometimes things just don't work out, and that's just the way that she goes.
Hey, I'm back from the production booth. I think we have things sorted out. We have a race started. We'll sync the timers, and let's get going.
Excellent.
So both runners looking to be on Nintendo 64, so no chance, or almost no chance, of a random crash happening in Dire Docks, especially on like a 30 to 45 second lead. So we should be good.
We should be good. Tharaoh still clearly haunted from his race that he had against Nicrovita. It is bleeding out right now. Is there anything you'd like to bring up right now, Tharaoh? What's going on?
Well, it did cause me to break my Nintendo 64 out of storage. So N64 runs coming in real soon.
Excellent. That is good to hear.
Thank God.
N64, it just feels so good, man. Feels so crisp. Feels so, ooh, nice. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Going in with the Lakitu skip, making it look easy.
Juicy. Nice.
You know, there is a strat where you can cause Lakitu to speak to you. Now, some say that you know, you're kind of giving an unfair advantage if you talk to Lakitu in the beginning, because you're talking to him saying, "Hey, give me the angles, you know, give me the correct camera behind me." But neither of these runners electing to speak to Lakitu, going in for bomb clip, ledge grab, and with that, we should be pretty synced. We are absolutely synced.
We are synced. God Taylor now following Haka. Kind of hard to tell what's going on his screen. It is a bit bright. And so I definitely burned my eyeballs out a little bit, but it did look like he got a bomb clip, which is nice. We have Badroenis in the chat, and he's mowing. And Bebop Bandit, completely biased towards Haka. I mean, you love to see the fans root in for the player they want to see win. Flixer versus Haka.
You know, it's interesting, Flixer, going in for Womps 9, lost that 1 second advantage right there, just bouncing into the Princess Peach's Secret Slide. Hakasay going with Womps 8, a little bit older of a route, so we're going to see a slight route diversion here, but it'll sync back up right around Dark World.
Yeah, no big deal. You can kind of just look at what mistakes are being made on each side and then come to a conclusion. But Haka going big boy strats and Womps 100. A nice half cycle. Cozy.
You know, that's the thing.
No blue coin.
Coin. All right. So he can back it up here with this Piranha Plant if he'd like, or he's got one at the end. He is going to wait on this one. That RNG, that coin just like flew off like it was launched out of a cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna lose a little bit of time there, but it's not something that's massive. You know, other than that, a fairly solid 100 coin coming from Hakasay. Flixer going with Cannonless, gets it first try, putting off that 100 coin. It kind of shows. So Hakasay is running to me more of like the the route you'd run if you're doing runs. You want to get that 100 coin out of the way. It's something that you can reset on fairly easily. But Flixer kind of showing off. Let's see if he goes. Looks like Alice coming up next.
And while we
Indeed,
have
Alice.
I just want to say while we have a moment, shout-outs to Oddcat for the $10 donation, shout-outs to Tate for the $10 donation.
Ooh, bringing it in. Let's go. Let us feed the people. Feed America.
Mario bonks for food banks.
Hakasay also with a smooth Owlus. Wait, I think Flixer... Did Flixer fall on Owlus?
Flixer did. He had to go back up for Alice. He did miss first try.
And Flixer's dad in the chat rooting him on. You know, you love to see the support from parents. It can be very good, very nurturing, good for the soul. Haka now on cannonless. Playing it super safe. Went for the plank push there, wanting to ensure a consistent cannonless, and does get it, of course.
Flixer flexing his Flixer right now with
Flexer.
this 100 coin. Wow.
Yeah, this is hot. I mean, this is what we saw from Haka, except he did not have a problem with the blue coin. There is some rumors starting to, you know, spread in the chat that perhaps Flixer paid off some kind of black magic wizard.
Blue magic.
A witch. Perhaps blue magic. I'm not too familiar with those arts, but yes. It's possible Flixer may have been involved in some dirty dealings, as Haka got awful RNG and Flixer got really nice RNG. The story's still developing. Don't believe everything you hear, you know, think for yourself, but it's pretty easy. Just connect the dots.
Now it looks like we're kind of synced up here. Remember, Flixer does have that slide star, just because of Haka going for Womps 8. Now I know that there's like a lot of speculation. Hey, you know, get that free second time save, but you know, I'm one of those tried and true guys that's just going to go with something similar to what I do in runs because that's what the muscle memory is. So my movement for Womps 9 wouldn't necessarily be super optimal. So I really don't blame Hakasay for that.
We are getting follows. You love to see it. Oh,
Flixer.
Mm-mm.
It's almost, you know, he hit the button a little bit too late or dropped that input. Wasn't able to get at least the ledge grab, had to go back and slide down again to get enough momentum to get up top.
Yeah, and we do see Bebop Bandit really upset. Haka not doing slide first, losing a second for free. I mean, in a race, I do believe you should definitely go slide first. It could just be muscle memory from runs or something.
And that's what I'm thinking.
But yeah, you should definitely go to slide first before going to Womps. Save some good castle movement. For show. Can't believe it saves a second. Honestly, that's pretty crazy.
It is crazy. And I mean, a second is like an eternity, especially if it's free. If it's, you know, a lot of speedrunners talk about things being free, but I mean, if it's truly free, then why not?
Well, Flixer, though, ending up on the other side of the planet, and now Haka taking a pretty juicy lead in race 1. Nothing too crazy, but definitely a noticeable lead.
I'm getting flashbacks. I'm not going to lie. I can't let it go. I'm really getting flashbacks. I think I spent like 45 minutes down there in my 16-star race.
It gets kind of weird. You got to be smooth on the elevators. Flixer again struggling to get into the painting. Not really a painting, more of a window, but yeah.
And it's hard to, you know, there's so many different methods. Some people use a slide kick. Like me personally, what I found is consistent is I open the door, kick once, and then it's almost like timing in my brain of when to turn Mario. You know, because people have asked me, there's like, hey, yeah, how do you do this? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. All right, Wingcap coming in, nailing the twins.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I mean, we're incredibly close. Even with those small mistakes that Flixer had, Flixer's movement seems to be incredibly deliberate, looking really hot on that Womps 100. And I think that we're going to see that. I think we're going to see Flixer taking a little bit more of a risk.
Pretty good flying from both sides. Oh, the ledge grab on the button, having to deal with the cutscene, and now Haka getting even more of a lead. Still, many things in 70 Star. I mean, this is only the beginning. It does not even begin to spell it out. There's a lot. You got Pillarless. I feel like Tippy's a huge one.
Huge.
Lethal Lava Land. We're just getting started. Of course, we do have Dark World. This is a certified hood classic every time. You just never know. Of course, Haka is in a light world. It is very bright, very
Super
bright green.
Oh,
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, and we've run Dark World hundreds of times. I once watched Lunar Jump practice Dark World for 8 hours straight, like the madman he is. So even though you've got that muscle memory, you got the nerves going on right now, we do have 3.8 million people currently viewing this, so I could definitely understand the nerves. Flixer, again, like I said, his movement's just a little bit more deliberate, but Hakasay playing it safe is what's got him the lead right now. Flixer making up a little bit of time. He was about 16 to 17 seconds.
Ooh, the firsties at the end. Those numbers now shooting up to 3.9 million. I mean, we are just at the beginning of the race. Hopefully, kind of expecting 5 to 10 million. And at this rate, we will definitely be hitting those numbers. Shout outs to everyone watching. Hope you're enjoying. Make sure to grab the 100 BDF 100 League Club 100 mugs. We do have stickers at the booth. As you exit the stadium, there is plenty of merch, so please do check it out. Very well-crafted stuff.
I do want to point out Flixer being that 16-star specialist 3 weeks ago nailed a 1547 on Nintendo 64. So, those double firsties, he's really kind of showing off. So Hakasay is really going to have to focus on those specific 70-star stars, which of course there's quite a few of them. But I don't know where he's going to come into against Flixer for these 16-star stars that he just does over and over very well.
Oh, goodness gracious. Mario's poor noggin. I'm sorry you had to see that. Flixer crashing on the fence. Face first.
It's tough. I mean, and nothing that Flixer has done has been, insane time losses. It's all been like tiny little pokes. Poking the hole in the Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Wait, can we get a replay on that by chance? I just want to see Mario's poor face get crushed. That nose. That was horrible. But
his nose is now inverted.
Yeah, it is basically made of dough. I don't know if it actually damaged him too much, but wait, he did. Wait, there was can we get a third replay? Wait, there was a replay? Really? I thought that was just live. Oh, okay, my bad. Commentator, not quite sure how the replay function works. Wasn't sure where to look, but now I understand it will show up at the bottom. Got it. Okay, Flixer struggling a bit with wall kicks will work. Again, the gap is widening. It's getting wide, peepo something in here. Happy for Haka and sad maybe for Flixer, but just got to keep it going. You cannot ever spell it out too early. Never give up.
Absolutely. And, Chad just pointed out death by 1,000 cuts. And, I wouldn't necessarily say death, but I could agree with that. Flixer obviously showing off. I mean, he's able to catch up. It's like, Hakasay is just playing very consistently. Flixer just catches up, and then something crazy happens.
Something crazy, something wild, something that you wouldn't expect. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, Haka completely missing that red coin. That red coin is a little rascal. I'll tell you, it can be tough to get that guy. You got to make sure you're doing proper camera work at the beginning. We'll see if Flixer gets it. He does. That right there is a nice juicy time save in and of itself.
So, typically this is the safety red, but now it's not really a safety.
Not at all.
I mean, he can jump over there, I guess, and grab it, but that's just a waste of time. He's got Flixer right on his heels.
But Flix are grabbing it anyway,
Wow.
playing it
No-
safe.
I don't blame him in a race. I mean, if you are short just one coin, which it looks like Hakasay is, we'll see how this plays out. But if you're short, you're kind of done. You're looking at a massive time loss.
Flixer did get the jump. Haka's looking fine on the coins.
Yep,
No
he's
big
perfect.
deal.
Perfect.
This penguin causing
Ow.
problems on Flixer's side, trying to cut him off. An aggressive penguin. But Flixer going to be all right. Does have one extra coin. Not a huge deal, though.
Can still long jump back. Doesn't have to, kick back. The kickback of shame, I guess. I've recently had an issue where I'm getting a little bit too overzealous in trying to long jump as the penguin's coming down and just get bodied off the side. So I could definitely understand Flixer taking an extra couple of seconds just to make sure, hey, penguin, come in for the home
Ooh.
run. Oh, backflip.
Swag.
Wow.
Whole lot of swag. We got a replay on it. Yes, Flixer, indeed, with a hot backflip. RNG manipulation. Definitely not just pure swag. I mean, I don't know if I could support the decision considering he's already behind. If he was ahead, it would maybe make more sense, but just losing time for no good reason, trying to talk to the penguin. Unfortunate to say the least, but not a deal breaker.
Now, it's interesting because both of these runners going for CCM 17, which means when we get to SSL, they're only going to have to worry about plus once rather than CCM 17, where you're having to do it again. And we know how punishing plus is. Flixer getting a ledge grab there. Kind of a weird angle coming out of those long jumps. Going into BBH.
It's a scary place. Usually a lot of people leave at this point. I mean, it's haunting. A lot of spooky stuff. Thankfully, we don't really deal with the piano here, as we would see in 120 star. You kind of ignore it. It's not too bad. Haka doing a ton of damage.
Looking solid. All right, looks
Everyone.
like we've got a 15:57 exit for Hakasay. We'll kind of be able to see here what the lead is. I think it's going to come down to, like it always does, specifically with Tippy. Even upstairs is kind of killer. THI is not nearly as scary in 70 star as it is in 120 star, but I think that's what it's going to come down to. Haka is just playing super consistent. Missed the star there, had to kick back, but that's fine. Not a big deal there. Flixer heading back in.
He is heading back in, and Kurox is now following. Haka going down to the basement. No lag reduction from Flixer as he goes into BBH. You got to reduce that lag, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much lag that you get as you go into the front of BBH. You could probably save a whole second across 2 stars. I mean, it is a boatload of lag you get as you open those doors.
I mean, it's kind of insane. I know emulator versus Nintendo 64 for 16 stars, about 10 seconds. What is it for 70 star?
Wait, say again?
MU versus Nintendo 64,
Oh.
just getting rid of that lag. Like, it's got to be massive if 16 stars 10 seconds.
Yeah, if I had to guess, then it's probably about 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
I mean, in Dire Docs alone, looks like Hakasay lining it up for Pillarless.
He's got the double jump, securing the bag, up the pyramid. Ooh, I thought that was going to overshoot, but that's all good. Now Flixer, ball in his court, has to make the shot. I mean, does not have very much room at all to mess up a Pillarless. Got the big bomb. Weird angle.
Weird angle. All right. Ooh, he's...
Nice.
That was really sketchy in the beginning, able to recover from it. I think you and I were actually commentating Aki versus Cheese or something like that, and Aki completely was just going so fast, went through I know Badroenis was there, went completely through the pyramid, out the other side, and died on the regular stones as if it was quicksand. Kind of insane. I was kind of worried that was going to happen there. But, you know, these guys showing off, proving the commentator wrong.
Yeah, very smooth. I mean, that's the biggest hurdle, I think, in basement. This is basically pillarless. Obviously, we still have lava boost. That's another big one, but once you got pillarless out of the way, you're comfy. It's definitely pretty cozy. Lethal Lava Land, you obviously can't sleep on it, nor would you want to. I'm not personally a fan of getting overheated while I sleep. Flixer trying to get over this mountain.
Just widening that gap just a little bit. Hakasay going in for this hot log rolling. You know,
No logs.
No logs at all. The strat's weird if you actually do it how you're supposed to casually do that, Star. I don't know. I guess because I've ran the game now, I go back and I try to do the strats how the developers intended, and it's super awkward at times.
Yeah, it's awkward, and more importantly, it's weird to use the log, as many might say. And it's slow, so there's no reason to be doing it. Fuck it, whatever, man.
Who cares?
Who cares, indeed.
But you know what you should be caring about here in Lethal Lava Lands is we've raised $31 so far for Feeding America. The goal is Mario Bonks for food banks. Up to $100 will be matched by BDEF, you know, the dad of Club 100. So make sure to check out that link at the bottom. Look at Flixer. That nice
dead. Replaying it, going for the Akira boost, but hitting his head on the top and not able to react to it. And that is probably going to be enough to push the lead. Maybe not into Flixer's direction, but ooh, that was scary as.
And you calling it, obviously reading forward in the script to see that Hakasay was going to have some issues with lava boosts. I think you called it about 5 minutes ago. That definitely lessened the gap.
Well, we'll see what Flixer's got. A safer version going for the triple jump boost. What is this? That's so interesting. I've never seen people just go directly to the right. Is that the new wave of lava boosts?
No, you know, I've recently been playing around with the triple jump, and no, I go to the left. I don't think I've seen folks go to the right like that. That's super interesting.
Yeah. Interesting is definitely a word to describe it. Flixer somehow falling in the gap, but landing that lava boost is going to be good stuff and is definitely going to be some good time save. Getting a replay on that booty burn. Yes, that did just happen. Replays do look kind of nice, though. Commentator definitely going to have to look further into this. I know BDEF has reached out before, and I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if my computer can handle it. I think, you have to have another OBS open or something like that. It's a little bit more technically demanding. My computer's already kind of at peak, but.
It's really nice, though, because as you kind of see, and I know Simply you can attest to this, especially, Flixer getting burned there, is watching two screens at the same time can be difficult, especially when you're trying to explain something. So that replay system is super helpful.
I'll just pipe in and say, basically, I'm a sports ball fan, so I'm trying to bring much more of the graphics and overlays and way overdone everything from the sports ball the way you see it. This is our Super Bowl basically, so if we can have some replay, let's have some replay.
Yeah, that I can get behind. I do enjoy the stats, the replay. Honestly, an outstanding production here. I do have to give it to Club 100. This is 100% saucy. Can confirm.
Extra sauce. Speaking of saucy, opening up this door, going into Dire Docks, very briefly, 3 quick stars. But stars you can lose some time on, especially here on Nintendo 64. Watching that lag reduction, that sub for some reason just spews out syrup everywhere, making Mario go incredibly slow, dropping those frames. We'll see that in just a moment. Hakasay going in for these chests. It's a very specific order, and I've had people ask me about it. Of course, you can't really play around with the star order in Dire Dire Dock specifically because right now, I mean, the Manta is not there, so it's not like you can do the Manta. You could go for the sub, but then you're going to add the lag from the Manta, and you have to deal with the Manta trying to do chests. So, um, this is pretty much the tried and true until we determine how to run in water rather than swim.
Yeah. Unfortunately, even as Metal Mario, who you think would be able to do that, Metal Mario is somehow even slower than swimming yourself.
Right.
So, I don't know. Mario's just an insane swimmer. And unless you can BLJ, that's basically all you have to work with.
Could you imagine an underwater BLJ? That's ridiculous.
I can imagine it, but not really. No.
Hakasay doing that lag reduction that we talked about, keeping the sub out of sight, out of mind until the very last second here. Flixer doing the same thing. These guys are neck and neck on the same star for the first time in just a little bit. Hakasay getting an incredibly dusty rollout there, eating that syrup spewing from Bowser's sub. Fun fact, Nintendo actually came out and said that he is no longer a plumber. He is now retired. Came out in 2017. That even though the man goes through pipes, no longer a plumber.
He has upgraded from plumber to the new thing. Incredible advancement.
I mean, it is. Ooh, Hakasay.
Where's Haka going? Looks like he's swimming to the right or something.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah, some time can be saved here from Flixer. Let's see how he takes these rings. Playing super safe. Both players with some interesting rings. I think Haka actually did them a little bit quicker, did stop at the 5th, but Flixer kind of taking his time with each one. And we continue to feed America. Only $70 away from America being fed.
Mario is a sewer rat confirmed. I mean, it's a possibility.
Oh, Haka going under. Let's see now. If Flixer can land a lava boost early cycle, then that will be a huge time save. That might even be enough to give him the lead. Oh, going for a cheeky triple jump. That's not going to be it.
Yeah. I could say making the normal cycle here. Running away from that green demon.
Oh, goodness.
Flixer, that bully is more... It's different to me than any other bully in the game. He hones in on you almost immediately, and he hurts. Flixer having to sit here and wait. Hakasay going up, grabbing the star, gonna go see Bowser for the second time. Now, to me, this is the scary Bowser. I mean, granted, bits at the end of the game is pretty scary, but this one you can lose a lot of time in just by mistiming a throw, crazy looking angle. You can lose a considerable amount of time.
Absolutely. It's not over until it's over. I feel like it's like the first climax of 70 Star. We have John Goodman entering the arena. He is not dead. We do have the Simp parents chiming in.
Hog.
Hi, Simp Mom.
No poop sock, please.
Canonically, the hardest Bowser. What does that even mean? Bebop saying something, hoping that it makes sense, but commentator calling it out. Not sure if that makes sense, Bebop. I'm going to be honest. I think you're just talking some garbage in the chat. I'm going to be real. But anyway, we do have some stuff going on. They are going upstairs. Haka still holding on to that lead. Has pretty much been in the driver's seat the entire time. Nearly lost it. Leave the lava land around DDD, but still gaining it back. A juicy slide kick into Wet Dry World.
And, we saw in the beginning with the stats, and I'm sure we'll show them again between the next race, but, Hakasay currently right now favored to win just mathematically. However, Flixer's really showing us some cool stuff. Like I said earlier, Flixer's movement is very, very deliberate. I think we're going to see that once again coming down to bits at the end of the game, and but Hakasay has the advantage. Hakasay has ran 70 for quite a while.
And we do
Chad,
have to... Go ahead.
Chad chiming in saying about 21 seconds.
21.
So, I mean, 21 seconds is nothing in this game. I mean, it's not quite like Zelda where you can just lose minutes when you mistime a particular action but here, I mean, heck, just falling off Flixer jumping over that amp. Oh, and still getting amped. Just falling off here. It hurts. You got to climb all the way back up. There's a couple of small backups that are not super easy, but you could lose some time.
What's happening though? Haka getting his booty burned, and just like that, Flixer bringing it back. Wait. Can we possibly get another replay, or is that not how it works?
Yeah,
I don't think that's how it works. I can only do a instant replay, basically.
I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, commentator missing it, but Haka is falling apart here. Wet Dry World 100, a sleeper. Oh my! And just like that, for the first time this entire race, Haka trying to back it up, has to get all the way back up here. Didn't hit the water switcher, but wow, that's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage.
And that's what I'm talking about. 21 seconds doesn't mean a ton when you have these areas where you have a massive time loss. And that's one of them. Haka showing and demonstrating exactly as I'm saying. Flixer going in for this elevator, kind of flipping the camera around, all sorts of crazy. This should be easy. And he's done. Haka just starting this. The advanced movement to that isn't super hard. It's just hard, the long jump into the wall kick. But it's if he's, in his own head right now, I'm thinking he's probably going to go for the more like tried and true consistent, so he's not having to redo things and lose more time. What? Flixer ground pounding through the box. Mario's head completely inside, pretty much giving the star a little kiss, but the box not busting open. That was weird.
Yeah, you got to kiss the box, not kiss the star. But also, don't forget to kiss the homies. Absolutely crucial to be doing. This is, Wet Dry World it's a huge change in tone, I feel like.
It is.
You have, it's kind of just a ramp the entire time. Flixer with a bonk. Rogue bonk. 70 stars is just a ramp. You start off and it's like not that bad. Then you get to basement. It's like, okay, there's a couple bumps, but it's still not that bad. And then you just keep going up. It just keeps getting harder and harder until the finale.
I agree. Casually Wet Dry World was my favorite, area, I guess. And discovering you could do what? Okay. That was super scary from Hakasay. I don't like when you can't see Mario, but discovering that you can actually have the highest water level and get down to downtown versus using a cannon was definitely a discoverable thing as a kid. Flixer eating the lag. I don't know. Did he get that secret?
Okay, he did.
No, he didn't. Oh, yeah, he did.
Oh,
yeah,
wait,
so,
no, he didn't.
Oh, yeah, so this is 4. He's got to go back. Super confused.
He himself not realizing that he missed the secret. Wow. Wonder if he has game sound. Checking again. Flixer, where'd you go, man? Checking out of the hotel. And the bonk breaking his head on the bridge. My goodness, just like that. Now we're back. Haka taking the lead back.
The replay right in the forehead. Mario permanently bruised. Wow. I mean, I thought he had it. He ate a lot of lag right there. It looked like he kind of skimmed it, but maybe he was a little bit far to the left.
Yeah, a little bit too far to the left. That's probably the toughest secret to consistently get, I would say. All the other ones are pretty obvious, pretty in your face. Haka dancing around before going into the pipe. What are we seeing right now?
A little bit of swag, Okay.
Okay, and we have a witch laugh in the background. Sit Mom dropping some funny bars. Not sure if y'all were able to hear that, but having a good time.
I enjoyed it. Okay, this is interesting way to weed out these piranha plants. I think maybe that was a backup because I didn't see what happened in the beginning, but
Oh my! The shameful missed star grab
I
from
mean,
Toronto Plants.
it's fallen apart here in THI. Kind of odd.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised if we see more back and forth. I mean, THI's got some heaters. TTM, I think, is a really big one. They just don't stop. You know, it just keeps on going. I feel like out of all the stars and stages we're going to be seeing from here on out, the only breather is probably Hazy Maze Cave. And even then, there's some ways that can go horribly, horribly wrong.
There is. But you know, it's funny. We talked about in the beginning the difference between WOMPS 8 and WOMPS 9, and if you remember, Punke was actually doing HMC early in GSA races, and he ended up winning the tournament. I think he only switched maybe a month or so before the grand finals. So those tried and true methods do work. Flixer talking to the Toad here. Going into TTM terrifies me. You know, so many things can go wrong. So many things. You can miss a mountain clip. This wall kick is incredibly scary. But Hakasay is showing us how it's done, taking us back to school. Too easy.
Sometimes you gotta just revisit elementary, and refine the fundamentals. Oh, Flixer taking a drop.
That's all right. He's going to back it up here with Reds. You know, not too massive, but you can see the nerves kicking in, and this is around the time for me. What? Okay. This is around the time for me when I really the nerves start setting in. TTM's here. I know what's coming up next, especially if I know that my opponent is just a little bit ahead of me. That's going to be tough. Hakasay one full star ahead right now, but that all could change.
Absolutely true. But I mean, both these players are here for a reason. They have shown and demonstrated time and time again throughout the league that they've got the sauce. And so what happens when you have two players with the sauce go head to head? We're seeing it right now live. Still much to go. I mean, again, this is still only game one. Could potentially see 3 full games of 70-star. Ooh, getting over this. Nice. That was smart. Going for the ledge grab. Hate to go for the ledge grab, but you're not going to be able to kick over the ledge.
Right. And if you kick, you can't get the ledge grab. I had to kind of beat that into my own head. You know, I tried to do a kick to try to grab a ledge, and it just doesn't work that way. Flixer, he's our man. If he can't box them, no one can. Chat, timing in. All right. Flixer going for the side flip dive.
Up and away for Haka. Giving Mario a little pat on the head. A scratch. Moving right along.
Nothing too crazy. You know, Haka is not giving Flixer a whole lot of room here. Flixer lining up that box. Nails it. And Hakasay finishing up his time here in TTM.
Yeah, full star lead. Pretty good. Pretty comfy.
I mean, SL has got a few bops, I would think, but you know, nothing too crazy. Snowman's Head typically gives people a lot of problems. Flixer going for Breezeless. Misses Breezeless, gonna take the breeze. I know he was practicing that in pregame. You hate to see it. Hakasay knocking out the top of the Snowman's Head, just getting it out of the way. I don't blame him. All right.
Snowman's Land. Another big one. I really think it's just Snowman's Head. Like, in my opinion, I think Snowman's Head is the only big problem here. Flixer with a speed punch, that is not going to work out.
Yeah, you know, getting over that canyon can kind of be an issue, but it's really easy to back up and you don't lose a ton of time. You know, but we have seen crazier things. We've seen death on the Bully Star. This is also where we may see a route change. It is possible, not really sure, because depending on what these guys are doing later on, I mean, there's some stars you can kind of sub out here in SL. You can do SL Reds, but I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, probably won't. Got to get that MIPS, HMC late, yada yada. TTC 100 for sure will be done by players of this caliber. Crack Hex in chat asking about an all boxes TAS. You know I love all boxes. Zufi as well, a huge box lover. I'm sure that would be fantastic to see. Flixer also breaking a box. Haka taking out the volley.
Well,
Moving quick.
Fun fact, Flixer is actually third on the leaderboard for all boxes with a time of 40:26. So Flixer very familiar with all boxes as well.
It's no joke, man. Breaking boxes. I mean, it sounds maybe like a joke to some, but it's a tough job.
Hakasay getting that ledge grab there. I hate that ledge grab so much.
Oh, goodness. This castle movement's giving Haka a lot of trouble. Got MIPS at least.
He's channeling his inner Tharaoh. I think I had 48 ground pounds in my very first race. So channeling his inner Tharaoh. But speaking of that ledge grab, it's kind of simple. You see Flixer going through it now. A lot of guys will punch right there to make sure that they don't get the ledge grab. Because it's just so infuriating, to me at least.
Yeah, castle movement, some of the most annoying to mess up. I think it's just because we kind of take it for granted. At least I know I've had that mindset where it's like, yeah, there's no way I messed this up, right? This is easy, it's free, and then you mess it up and you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is not like a crazy hard strat. This is not, doing insane things like what I thought Hakasay was going to do there, line up for the triple box jump, but Flixer right behind him. HMC commentator getting confused. Another ground pound from Hakasay. HMC to me is kind of like that rest period. You do have some crazy strats in there, but it's to me not as fast paced. Hakasay going for Christmas Miracle here, just as Flixer.
This backup can get uncomfortable. Did find the height though. Will he break the button? With his booty pound, the cheeks do seep. They're dense. Just dense enough to slap that switch down.
Wow.
Nice. I'm pretty sure that's just pure RNG, that ground pound. From what I've seen, I have no idea what influences it, but Haka getting lucky on that ground pound. Unless there's something I don't know, I'm pretty sure that's just luck. That could have been really bad. Flixer taking time to line it up.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is that not why a dive and got it? Wow. Yep. Is that not why they call it Christmas Miracle? Because it's kind of tough to know how that works.
Well, when you do it with a triple jump, we all know at this point that it's from the peak of the wall kick. Like, you need to hit it at the peak of the triple jump, and if you do, it'll work every time. But if you're doing a side flip wall kick, I have no idea. That's when it's a miracle. I have no idea what factors into that. All I know is I'll ground pound it. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Don't really know why.
Flixer going for left side there. Very quick. Now we've got a matched star count here, so the gap is lessening at this point. Hakasay leaving out of HMC now.
Bouncing out.
And I think Phaser's right with the side flip, because I've kind of experimented where the ground pound is. It seems to me the higher the ground pound that I am, the more of a chance that I'm going to miss it. But if you find that little sweet spot, it seems to work a little bit easier. It's like right above the water, but not super close to the water, but not super far away. I mean, there's no way to like measure that.
Sure. So you just measure that out, a little bit out of the water, not really a little bit out, a little bit in, a little bit out. But Haka going all the way in. It is rainbow ride time. This race is coming to an end. Once again, 21-second lead. We got the mathematicians, the analysts all working in chat. You'd love to see it. Thank you for checking that out.
Oh.
Missing the bounce. That's scary. That's really scary.
That is really scary.
Oh, wait.
Oh, so he's just going to go for cruiser?
I
New
guess so.
cruiser.
Yeah.
Interesting. A lot of people just back it up with reds at that point.
Oh man,
no.
you can see it. The nerves coming in for Haka. He's in a weird spot. Now has to maybe do reds. What's the plan?
That's
And
probably
Flixer-
the master play.
Some pole dancing from Flixer, but did get the bounce. This is going to be. Whoa! Don't want to get your booty burned on the flame.
All right.
Wow.
All right, Flixer nailing that cruiser star. Hakasay went through like 3 different stars through that. Took a very large detour to get to reds. Could this be showing a little swag?
That was a lot of damage. Flixer's in the lead for sure now. I mean, they both just finished a star at the same time, but Flixer finishing a much longer star. Haka still needs to get the bounce. This could go poorly. Let's see. Does get the bounce.
All right. Played it safe. Got up high on the pole. Flixer working on reds now.
And Haka is in the lead. Reds are a little bit longer, and Flixer struggling a bit. But still very close. But Haka bringing it back. That's a scary situation to be in. Having to get bounce. You know, I've seen it so many times where it just does not work out. The Lakitu hits you. Yada, yada. It's just not a good time.
Gia 88 cheering 10 bits for the runners. All of the PogChamps in the world. Nobody can PogChamp bit anymore. Oh my gosh, Haka. That terrified me a little bit. I was kind of worried about speed, but a lot of dust. Haka gets up there. Look at this replay.
Yeah, wow, that was a little choppy, and you can even see comparing the replay.
Whoa!
Flexers.
Saren Mew coming in hot with 1,000 wolf biddies.
That's a lot of damage. 1,000 bits. My goodness. Thank you very much, Saren. Much appreciated. Big bits being dropped in the chat.
I mean, maybe giving them power to get through Rainbow Ride here. Now, so to remind you guys, 50% of the bits and subs are going towards the prize pool, plus $100 donated for Feeding America will be matched by the man, the myth, the legend, Beat F100 himself. Speaking of legends, Hakasay going into TTC. Now, this is the big test.
This clock is moving. Whole lot of moving parts. Working well with them.
Lots of ledge grabs. I mean, this is the point where those nerves kick in. Now, eating the ice cream cone from the middle, I guess, you know, eating the fudge center of the ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that would mess with things the most, to be completely honest.
I agree. Yeah, super messy.
The yup clock coming in from Sarius, making sure to use Pride Heart L as a C. Flixer with some big daddy strats. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? Can we get a replay on that? Huge daddy strats to ground pound on that blue box. You know, honestly, that didn't look like... I know about that strat if you use the regular Lakitu cam.
Right.
I don't know if that's actually faster than just doing it normally, but it definitely looked super cool. I will give him that. Oh. Booty is burning these coins. Ooh, that coin is gone. Oh no.
He's gonna have to back up, grab this box down here, make his way back up. Ooh, that was terrifying. We've seen so many runs die right there in TTC on TTC 100.
Mm-hmm.
And just like that, is Hakasay not doing TTC 100, or did I just miss it?
I think that's what he's doing now, saving it. Some players do it late. I've always been a fan of getting it out of the way earlier. I think it's a big one. I think it's nice to have that weight off your shoulder personally, but missing the red. This is a little bit uncomfortable. Haka, nice backup.
Nice.
Wow, still getting the triple jump. Man, this guy's got backups. He does it so good, it doesn't even look like a backup anymore. It just looks like normal. That beautiful.
Angle was super scary. Grabbing these blues.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. And he's up there. Flixer eating his ice cream cone from the bottom? Okay.
Slurping it from the bottom of the cone. I can respect that. It's like a straw at that point. You just bite out the cone and then... But Bebop Bandit not approving of the safety red in 100. You know, I've never been a huge fan of the safety red. I've never personally felt the need to grab it, but I respect it. It's fair enough, I suppose.
I wish I could replay that slurping sound, because that was some beautiful content right there.
Thank you very much.
He's practiced that strat a few times, I guess, is what that means.
Oh, yeah. Just a couple times. And now commentary booth getting strangely sexual all of a sudden. I mean, I can't help but you know, the sexual tension from this race is just oozing into the booth. It's hard to keep it all contained.
We are reaching the climax.
Absolutely.
Ayo. You know, this race, Hakasay has maintained that lead throughout the race. And now we're seeing neck and neck, different stars. Flixer rolling into the cage when Hakasay is going for pin the pendulums, not getting the angle he wanted.
Uh-oh.
All right, so backed it up with the side flip wall kick in there. Not as optimal, but was able to get in there and get it done.
Some very sound logic in the chat from Badams42. I am Flixer's dad, and Simp is my dad. Therefore, Simp is Flixer's grandpa. That checks out.
I mean, that's fair.
Flixer with some quick moves. A non-moving clock.
Wow. Oh, okay.
69.
Ayo, nice.
BF100, the broadcaster of the channel, has he been banned? What's going on? Message is deleted. Very unfortunate.
So,
and many messages getting deleted now.
Okay. Haka did not have Toad yet, so Flixer's got to get Reds, which is going to be longer than Red. Flixer falling down. Could this be it? Is this where the nerves kind of kick in?
Oh no! Oh no! Haka in the driver's seat. He is okay. Never mind. He just hit a speed bump. Flipped his car over, but he is now back on the road and driving. Flixer is still in the passenger seat, trying to grab the wheel. Could be anybody's game. We'll see how these throws go. We'll see how Bowser in the sky, you know, triple jump wall kick. It's lovely, right? It just never ends. You think, okay, last level, can't be too bad, but again, another place for it all to come crashing down.
Well, you know, in Flixer, that 16-star specialist, this is what I was talking about. So, depending on movement specifically from Hakasay, we still could see that change. Hakasay's looking solid so far, taking a little time on this triple jump dive. Ooh, Flixer doing the same. Didn't like how it looked.
Haka knows he's got room, not going for the triple jump wall kick. Wow, very safe gameplay.
I don't blame him at this point. I mean, he, especially if he's watching, he knows that he's got the lead. You know, do those safe strats, not...
But Flixer does not care. Going triple jump wall kick kind of has to, you know. Haka forcing his hand, and now if Haka misses one throw, I think that this is pretty much an even game. Has to nail these throws.
We talk about how many runs come down to throws, but this race, as it truly is, coming down to throws. That's insane. Haka hitting one.
Not the best regrab, taking his time. Just that alone, Flixer, I mean, if he keeps regrabbing like that, doesn't even need to miss throws. Soft throw from Haka.
Wow.
Flixer bring it back, winding up. That's two. And just like that, Flixer is in the lead. If he lands his third throw, he will take game one. And what are these spins from Flixer? That's like a one-spin throw. I have never seen such fast throws apart from players of Aki's level. My goodness. What an insane ending.
That is insane. Came right from behind.
Wow.
That was insane.
Seconds. Absolute seconds.
That was insane.
Maintaining that throughout the entire run.
Pure ecstasy here from Flixer's throws. I am riding the adrenaline.
I mean, come on, man. Wow.
Haka thought he was safe. He thought he was okay to go for the safe strats, go for the pull. But I think if he ended up going for triple jump wall kick, he probably actually would have ended up taking it, assuming that, I mean, he had those same throws. Wow. That's absurd.
That's crazy. Dang. I mean, out of nowhere. So that's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the run of, you know, that's the way that Flixer is going to win, if he's going to win, is you know, being more crisp, you know, focusing on those 16-star aspects of the run and really pushing forward, and using that to his advantage.
Nutty. Okay, we're getting word in the chat that Haka actually doesn't do triple jump wall kick at PB attempts. So I guess he just doesn't do it straight up. Interesting.
And
very interesting.
what is the I almost wonder what the time difference is between, I mean, I know there is a considerable time difference between doing those wooden blocks there. Saramu coming in with another 100 bits. Woof woof.
Dropping them like it's hot.
So looks like here they're gonna take maybe just a couple of minutes really quick, use the restroom, grab some water. In the meantime, I do want to point out this is the Club 100 Grand Finals for Season 2. I've been lucky to be able to participate in Season 1 and Season 2 now. Great organization. BDEF does a really good job and tries to bring something a little bit different to the table. And this year it's benefiting Feed America. Gia 88 coming in with 10 more bits for a baby wolf. You can see right down there at the bottom, the goal is Mario Bonks for food banks, $100. So right now we've raised 31. If it gets up to 100, whatever's in that pool is going to be matched by BDEF himself. And now Saramu coming in with another 100 big ol' wolves. Woofs.
I gotta come out of the production booth long enough just to say thank you, Saren, for the huge 1,000 bits, and then a repeated follow-up with hundreds of bits. And also everyone else who is cheering, Statue.net, Gia, Mr. Link came in earlier, but I think started things out earlier, but back before it was cool, so much appreciated.
Hell yeah, let's feed the America. Sim, I'm also interested in feeding America. Very good to see. It's a very wholesome cause, no doubt about it.
Oh, we just got a huge donation in there because we went from 31 to 81. Who did that?
Simp Jones coming in with the $50 donation.
What can I say? I want to feed America.
Feeding America, just $19 away from that goal to feed America. Simply, thank you so much for putting those bonks in there. An extra 50 Mario bonks for food banks. Wow.
And I will make good on that. I will toss $50 into the prize pool for the runners. So this first prize payout is now much greater than $50. So the runners definitely got a lot on the line here. Of course, everyone who made it even to the quarterfinals will get some sort of the prize pool. I like trying to spread that out a little bit, encourage a lot of new runners, different runners to come in, and I really appreciate their time for making this possible. I just organize and schedule things. It's the runners that make this possible. It's the commentators that make this possible. It's chat that makes this possible. So, cheers to all of you guys.
Cheers to you, man. I mean, I've been there. I've been in the shoes. You know, it's not easy organizing, getting it all set up. So thank you for doing this. It is an honor to be a part of.
I would say you were definitely the spiritual godfather of the tournament, given I copy-pasted your tournaments and learned from the best, so.
It's an honor. A pleasure to pave the way. I mean, I got to take some bits from here. You got the replays going, you know, we give and take, put our own twists, and everybody gets better.
Oh, so no, that's why I like seeing the Ruby Mill tournament. I like seeing your tournaments out there. Just every little one, you know, it makes things better. It's a growing community. We're still growing. This is just the beginning.
The question is, though, so last year, Tharaoh, Simply, BDEF, all together in one place at Pace. When can we make this happen again? I think that we should be donating to end COVID-19 so that all of us can come together and host some more awesome events.
And and hang out. Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Honestly, we have the vaccine for COVID is apparently being rolled out. They're being deployed to the greater masses, so it's possible that it's looking pretty realistic within the coming months. Perhaps a vaccine comes out that we can all suck on. I don't know how they work.
That reminds me, though, I forgot to mention a great announcement. The winner of the grand prize will get the COVID vaccine, so that is huge.
Okay.
That is now we're making things interesting here. So
Throwing it in there.
Yeah, no, I mean it's just when you have access to people making vaccines, you gotta share. So all right,
you're basically Superman at that point. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like I feel like. I mean, obviously, we kind of all take it for granted, right? Because you never think about, oh, man, it feels good that I can hang out with these people or that I can go to this convention and don't have to worry about dying or passing something along.
Right.
That'd be nice.
I mean, because I just, looking back, PACE 2019, where, we were all there. We were all hanging out. It was super fun. It was a pretty nice, chill vibe at the whole 4 days. So I was looking forward to doing that again. I had my tickets all booked, but I know, we will get again together in the future. It'll be awesome. We'll all hang out. So, cheers. Oh, and we got another donation in. It looks like that must have been a $9 donation.
Gordo rocks.
Awesome. Thank you
Leveling it out.
Yeah, no.
Let's go, Gordo.
We're now only $10 away from our goal. And that reminds me, I switched up the charity from a COVID charity because the first half I figure we gotta do direct relief, especially as this thing's taken off, but I figure the food banks definitely need some support, especially right now with everyone kind of out of work and jobs. Let's spread some of the wealth around. So thank you everyone for donating. That is kind of what we're here for in generally. That's probably the best thing we're doing right here. Mario comes second to raising money for charity to me, so thank you all.
Awesome.
Indeed. But getting back to the race, I still can't believe that ending. Flixer's got throws of a legend. I mean, I don't even throw that fast. That's like some Aki level throws. One
insane.
Spinners. Hello.
Like
a big dog in the booth. Hello.
16-star specialist. We knew that we were going to see that. We saw it in Dark World, how he just flew through there. He's got to balance that again. He really does. But I think that Hakasay, putting his head down and doing what he does best, that's going to be the way that he pulls this out. Hakasay is still the favor to win, but Flixer taking one of those away from him. Absolutely insane. Looks like we're getting the runners together now. Everybody's had their little potty break. At least one runner saying they're ready. It looks like Flixer also may be ready since he's practicing a little bit. But yeah, we're ready to get this party started once again.
Indeed, and I will say, based on our computer model, one Flixer or one victory given to Flixer gives him the advantage for the rest of the race. So huge. Yeah, no, it is. It's crazy, and it's just when consistency comes into play. So we will see how this game 2 commences.
Whoa! Looks like another donation came in. I couldn't quite catch the name there. Cool Cat Gang, $20, bringing us up to $120. We have beat our goal by $2. Holy crap.
Let's go.
So $120 Mario Bonks for food banks. 100 of that's being matched for the prize pool. BDF, how do you feel about that? Throwing that extra money in there?
I'm overwhelmed. I didn't actually expect to meet our goal even. This is such a unexpected treat. So I will happily though match 100 from the COVID donations. So prize pool's now up to $200. Plus I know we have some bits and subs revenue. So that prize pool got gigantic in just the past hour. So thank you guys.
And that's because of you sitting here watching this race. We're going to be syncing up these timers just a little bit, taking a quick pause to make it happen.
It is looking synced up. Very nice. Will it be a game 2 over and done from Flixer, or will we go to game 3? I mean, Haka was very convincing. Thank you, Virion, for the follow. Super convincing lead pretty much the whole way through up until the end. I mean, that was pretty shocking. I was like, yeah, Haka's just going to take this game, no problem. So just goes to show, it ain't over until it's over. Can't say it enough.
I mean, it's crazy. And Haka going into this now has to realize that, hey, you know, I can't just ride on my tried and true. I'm going to have to step it up a little bit, especially late game. Me, if I was in his shoes, I would be incredibly nervous.
Look at the sink we have going on right now here. This is insane.
The kitchen sink. The only thing different is the bioluminescent grass from Hakasay. A little bit more calm over on Flixer's side. Bomb clip. Flixer just a little bit faster on that bomb clip. Going to grab the star. Maybe 2 seconds faster. But still looking really solid. Now, I'm sure that we're going to see the same thing that we saw in the last race. Hakasay going with Womp's Fortress 8. Flixer going to do his long jump into a wall kick, grabbing the slide with Womp's Fortress 9. We'll meet back up around Dark World, but as Simply said before, you can kind of tell based upon the little mistakes that happen. Flixer, I don't know what it is, just has such an issue getting into that window. He's got to give it a little kissy before for good luck before he grabs this slide. Hakasay was odd, kind of taking a little pause right there.
Kind of like the pause you took in one of your Simply races, where you're just kind of sitting there at the waiting screen, or, you know.
I want to explain that. I want to dispel the rumors right now. Okay, so and it was highlighted in Simply's video as well. Hakasay taking a fall. So the top of the tower star, I was absolutely terrified because the run before that I'd had right before we raced, I long jumped off, which I think Nitro actually did at one point as well. So I was taking an extra second to hold neutral, stop Mario's momentum, but I guess in my 85-year-old brain, that extra second was actually 4.5 minutes on the top of the tower. So that's where that came from.
It was quite a long ways. So, but good to know. Good to know we get both sides of the story out there. I mean, I'm still gonna go with the one that was in the Simply highlight video. I mean, that's the authority right now. But
that's fair. I'm okay with that. Oh, missing the red. He's gonna have to go back. Does he realize that he missed the red? Yeah, or am I crazy?
I think he has to realize it because he didn't get a star spawn.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't spawn the star. Wait. Okay, so. All right, he's going back up to get the red, losing some time. We know that Flixer, his 100 coin, doing that pro cycle is pretty on point. Flixer nailing Owless first try this time, not having an issue like he did in the first game. I think that may have like pumped him up a little bit, saying, hey, you know what? All right, I was, not the favorite to win. I won, I could say, ground pounding instead of long jumping. But hey, I wasn't favored to win, but I won anyway. So that's got to add a little gas to the tanks.
Oh, right. And I mean, just remember what we saw was that it was consistency was probably the advantage Hakasay had over Flixer, because you look at some of those race times. But watching how Flixer performed last race and just what we've seen from both runners so far this race, like it's, wow, we're in for a good race. It's just they're neck and neck.
Neck and neck and neck and neck and neck, yeah. I mean, Flixer looking way more solid on his 100 coin right now. Both, okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Missing a full cycle here. That's some damage.
That is, and it kind of makes up for the time where Hakasay lost time on the last red coin. So we should be fairly close here. Hakasay doing that sock folder setup, the tried and true. I don't know. I've had some runners tell me that sock folder is a myth, that like it's impossible, that they can only do texture setup. So I don't know. I like sock folder. It takes a little bit longer, but I'm more consistent with it for sure.
Yeah, I think in a race setting, definitely worth taking your time with the setup, because you miss it, you're down 10 plus seconds, and that it's just not good mentally.
It's hard to deal with that. In terms of actual time, it's not that big of a deal, but I think it just hurts so much as a runner or as a racer, whatever. Once you miss it, you're kind of just
you're done.
Sad spot, a bit of a sad champ.
Chad pointing out, Flixer can double jump Owless, but he can't get into a window. I mean, it is kind of interesting. Jolt Fire, thank you for the follow. But yeah, doing a crazy like Ouija-esque strat, like double jump Atlas, but then the easier stuff is more difficult. I feel it.
Haka getting that cheeky dive. One frame trick. Doesn't really do anything, but it does look cool. The man's got the timing down. It's just a little bit of a flex. He knows he's in the right spot.
Yep. Okay. All right. So right now, Flixer again does have that slide, missing the ground pound, missing it again.
The 2-time. That could have been really bad if the Womp lifted himself back up. Completely missing the hit, but he did get the hit, thankfully.
It's like he was just kind of pushing his booty to the side. Hakasay not wanting to long jump off the edge. Understandable. All right. Better than the old setup? You mean no setup? Yeah, OG Cannonless is weird. OG Cannonless is definitely weird.
And what people know as sock folder is really like half of a sock folder setup, because the full thing sock folder came up with was a long, much more, puts you in exactly the right position. People are just like, well, the last half of this works like 90% of the time, so.
All right, Flixer grabbing that star. Hakasay doing his slide. He will be doing 2 slides in a row, just as Flixer is going to be going to do his second slide. 13.2 from Hakasay. So chat, let's go ahead and get some numbers in the chat. Let's get some guesses.
What are we thinking, boys? Drop your guesses in the chat below. Make sure to slap that sub button, slap that follow button, because it's a whole lot of hot content coming out of here. Anybody who guesses the times correctly, go. What? How? How did Haka just ground pound that? What in the world was that? But there was no reason. His brain busting. Wow. Anyway, yeah, if you guess the time correctly, you will be potentially able to get a, what were we offering? A COVID vaccine?
Yes.
COVID vaccines. To all those who guessed 13.1 or 12.9, please let us know. Email us, mail us, whatever you want. Just let us know, and we will get that sent over to your house.
Flixer going a little bit wild there with the reds, but able to grab them. Flixer's got the lead. This is not something that we saw in the first race, so I honestly think that win added a little extra gas. Came in really hot.
Yeah, almost bonked there. That could have been really bad, but yeah, Flixer, a swap. Maybe he's got the confidence now. Built some momentum from game 1. I mean, Flixer definitely showed off, seemed to have a stronger late game than we saw from Haka, of course. I mean, that was only one race from what I saw, but very nice start from Flixer. Haka getting in a fight with a wall. Having a rough time in the castle. Lot of time lost to castle movement thus far from Haka.
Flixer looking solid. This is where we saw Flixer really excel in the last race. Being that 16-star specialist. That move right there through the seam terrifies me, because I feel like Mario's just going to fall through. Flixer making it look really good. Haka right on his heels, though. We'll see. Long jump across. Cheeky little kick.
That's Shigeru right there. Haka taking out the poor Goomba. Didn't deserve that at all.
Can he still make normal cycle at this point? Very different movement, not risking that long jump across. Kind of interesting. This may be one cycle behind. I'm not quite sure. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that was one cycle behind, if I had to guess. Ooh, being caught on the stairs a bit. Nice toss from Flixer. But yeah, I mean, you love to see it, right? Honestly, in any of these races, someone could die in Dark World. You could be a very far behind in the beginning. So it is nice to see how close they are once again in game 2. And I mean, to get here, you got to be pretty consistent. So it makes sense.
Right.
Some high caliber players here from Club 100.
And I'm not really sure, I don't have the stats in front of me, but these guys are incredibly consistent, playing very close to their PB. which is super important. We talked about that fire and flare from more mid-level runners where you watch Punkay, you watch D whatever, you watch all the 70 boys, and it's very, very robotic because they're little robots. They're not even human. But these guys, there's that little bit of extra, that little bit of oomph.
Yeah, that's actually something that I find interesting. I'm sure you might feel the same way. There's just something nice about watching players at around this level.
Agreed.
Or like for the freshman 16, people who are still climbing the ranks. It feels like really anybody can win. But when you have D whatever, Punkay, top players going at it, it's pretty rare, right? I mean, once somebody has a lead, it can bounce back and forth, but it's a lot less often and a lot less predictable.
Well, for the top runners, it feels like there is just very much a script that is the route. You do this, you do the movement for this and this and this, and followed by this. Where it feels much more at this level, it's like I'm following the route, but I'm trying to string together some movement here. There's going to be some problems. You're going to need to do some backups. It's just a different game almost.
Yeah.
Agreed 100,000%. So, Flixer, hopping back in here, I love the movement. The pro movement for wall kicks will work. It's got a built-in backup into it. It's really nice to see it executed the way it is. Now, what's interesting is a lot of people, when they do CCM 18, they typically do the 100 coin star and the penguin last. But we did not see that this last race. Kind of confused me a little bit. Where I believe it was Hakasay did the baby penguin last, which is a little bit different. Something I'm not really used to.
Wait, he did that in race 1?
In race 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is weird.
All right, Flixer, having no issues with that red coin. And that's where I was confused.
Sounds like Tharaoh was just confused in general here in the booth, trying to figure it out, but processing a lot of things. Take your time, no worries.
We've gone
Flixer
ahead.
once again with the safety red.
We've definitely gone ahead and rebooted Tharaoh, so should come back online in a couple minutes here. It'll be fine, working just as well. Normal bugs, normal kinks in the software, the firmware to work out. So.
Oh my goodness, Flixer has missed 2 coins now. That safety red was basically for nothing. And hopefully Tharaoh rebooting now. Yes, we are slowly but surely. Flixer with another missed coin. I think he's capped out. Cannot miss any more coins, but he's pretty much in the clear. I think I'm crashing right now too. I don't really remember what I was talking about. We're gonna need a reboot on the Simply bot as well. Commentary completely falling apart. This is the only problem with AI. Thankfully with humans they're very reliable, but with robots they do bug out. We do need some help.
Wow.
Nice finishes to both those races, to both those stars.
What, man? Don't talk to me.
Same.
Doing some commentary.
The commentary bots.
Commentary bot 7084445. Commentary reloading script. Commentary bot rebooted. Hello, I am Simply. Here is a race. Flixer in the lead right now.
PogChamp.
Haka, no!
Missing the penguin. That's infuriating too. Like you think you line it up, you think you make it happen, and then the penguin's just like, nope.
Nope. Yeah, it is unfortunate. I feel like, I wonder how Hack is feeling mentally at the moment, because the mistakes that he's been making have been small embellishments, which I think they add up and can actually, at least I've seen in Cheese's case for sure, they're way more frustrating than a typical mistake. Dying on pillarless, it's like, yeah, that's bad, but it happens a lot. It's a hard trick. But, missing the penguin, bonking as you move around the castle, just the little things make you start to doubt yourself.
Yeah, I definitely agree. But losing a race by so little, I think can also, like, if you get completely blown out of the water, you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. But knowing that you had a really decent run and you lost by what 2 to 3 seconds, I think that could have an effect as well. And we all know how mental speedrunning it is. Like I know you talked about it. Cheese has talked about it. All of the big runners have talked about the mentality of speedrunning and how we tend to hold on to things that affect our run rather than just zen, clear your minds, do what we know how to do.
It's hard.
I mean, I'm obviously not any sort of top level speedrunner, but you can observe it in just the top level or even people just beginning. Everyone wants that one run. This run is going to be the run, and it is going to be catastrophic if this is not the run because I'm so capable, and that's not how it works.
Yeah, you got to come back to baseline, stay calm, keep it moving. Flexer. Trying to find the door. It is hard to find. There's not a lot of space there for the door. It is a pretty small door, but does find it, opens it up, moving along. Yada yada yada.
I mean, I can't remember who I was talking to specifically with BBH. Are there not any other stars that would be faster than like the Boo on top? Like maybe even adding an optimized like 100 coin star somewhere, would that not, or like SL Reds? I mean, I guess SL Reds is kind of long.
Tharaoh going off script may have to cancel him, as you're not supposed to ask these sorts of questions.
Yeah, I don't know what you're on about. Wait, you're talking about skipping BBH completely?
Right.
Yeah, I forget who else was bringing this up. It might have been Uzi. Flixer getting bombed. BBH does seem pretty slow, right? Like, there's a lot of castle movement. It takes a while to get in the stage. The only stars I could think of is, like, SL Reds and maybe THI Reds. But, to be fair, the bookcase star is pretty short. But I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it seems so obvious. You think he would have... If it was that obvious, you'd think it would be discovered already. So the fact that it hasn't been means it's probably a decently difficult thing to figure out or work in.
And it's interesting, okay.
Flixer. Oh, the front flip. Yeah, Flixer having a very hard time with pillarless. Now, this is where things get extremely scary. It is a Monka-esque moment for sure for Flixer. Has no backups. Still needs to do pillarless. Can he bring it out?
The question is, does he attempt pillarless again? Does he go for the old shell-less movement or just take the shell? I mean, he's got options here, but not all of them are fast.
Oh, there's the big bomb. In his time of need, finds it. Just needs a double jump. All good.
Oh, no!
Oh, no! That is so unfortunate. And just like that, Flixer losing the lead. Moving with the bomb. Going shellless. What?
What is going on?
Where are we going? Why are we going? What are we doing? Oh, my.
Heartbreaking. This is absolutely heartbreaking.
Talon out to get him, too.
Oh, my gosh. So having to go for that shellless, commentator's curse there. Missing pillarless 3 times in 70 star is a run ender when you're just doing runs. Hakasay kind of running away with this.
I was just going to say.
I mean, that's a big one. Pillarless is the big boy. I've always thought that's probably the biggest thing. 22 Raiders coming in. Geneticist. Is that it? Did I say it right?
Geneticist. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it.
Yo.
Geneticist getting multiple PBs in 70 star over the last week or two. Welcome in.
I believe she also just bopped me recently in 70 star, so I really need to get back on the grind.
Yes, you do. We love your video production and your tournament hosting abilities, but damn it, we miss you.
Well, we'll have to do... Oh, I think we agreed we were going to do some bingo recently, too, Tharaoh. So we'll get that going. We'll do some more grinding. And I still want to get more 120 in also. And 16. Jeez, it's just...
Just do them all.
Do them all.
Could do them all. Just get multiple setups. Play with your feet on one, hands on the other. Haka did have some problems with lava boost last time. Getting it, though. Very nice. Juicy boost.
Ooh, Flixer getting bullied. His lunch money being taken. Not going to be able to afford a healthy lunch. And I mean, if you aren't giving your body fuel, it's going to break down.
Here's the question for you, simply, because this, I know we've been over this before, but I'd like to ask: when you're in a race, I know that I'm getting robotic. Okay, I know that in a race recently with Cheese,
Yep.
You weren't watching the race. Is that something like you watch to kind of see what your opponent's doing, or um, do you kind of just put your head down and attempt to run the game?
I mean, it depends on the race, but for the most part, I like to just be in my own zone. I think I get in my head too much if I see that I'm behind or ahead. It's just like extra stuff that I don't want to deal with if I don't have to.
And that makes sense.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just do my run, whatever.
Because in that race, I think you got a 145, and Cheese actually quit. And we're all telling you in the chat, no, keep, but I think you had chat off at that point. So I always kind of wonder with racers, because I've tried different ways, and I know that there's some people like Ouija who has to have the next person or the person on the other screen just watching.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I personally like, okay, whatever's going to add more thoughts to your head is a bad thing, I think, especially in races. Something that makes it harder to focus, right? Because ideally, you aren't thinking about anything, you're just focusing on the game. So if you have somebody else, it's like, okay, if you're in the lead, then now you're thinking about, okay, I'm in the lead, I have to keep this lead. And if you're not in the lead, then it's like, oh man, I need to turn it up so I don't lose any more of a lead. And so both of those are thoughts, therefore it's adding to your brain, therefore turn it off, stop it. But then there could be other thoughts. Maybe it's just a battle of the thoughts.
Speaking of that, though, at the beginning of the race, before I told both the runners and the DM, I'm going to be going over some statistics, some race PBs, some maybe mistakes. If that's going to put you in a bad mindset, ruin your psyche for the race, feel free to just pay attention to Discord. We'll tell you when to hit start and go and blah, blah, blah. But, because, your mindset's everything in a race.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
I wonder if Haka was watching the beginning stats or not. Because something like that would definitely throw me off, seeing, oh, my win rate is 60%. It almost makes you want to turn your brain off. It's kind of similar to the phenomenon, I think, of when you practice something a lot, you get it a lot in practice, then you do it in a run and you mess it up. That's the classic. And I think the reason for that is you're like, okay, I've earned it. I've unlocked it. I've got this down. But it's just not the case. You still got to focus. Yes, you may be pretty good at it in practice, but you got to make sure that you're focusing and still giving it attention in a run.
Agreed.
That I deserve it attitude is just ruinous.
Mm-hmm. Attitude is everything. It is everything, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, if you think you deserve something and you don't get it and your run goes bad, you are going to rage. And that's, as a matter of fact, a perfectly reasonable response if that's what you're going for, is never making a mistake ever.
Did he get that second chest? I couldn't quite tell.
I do believe so. Going super wide here.
Oh. Okay, yes, he did. It looked really odd. Those chests are kind of odd to begin with, where Mario's face has to face the back of the chest and to be able to open it. So you watch, yourself simply and Cheese, and going at it at some very odd angles. Super interesting.
Yeah, chests can be I think swimming stars and flying stars are two stars that you can lose a lot of time on without even realizing. I think it's important to always revisit your stars, take a look, see what's happening, because you never know. Maybe you update all your stuff, all your movement that's obvious where you're losing time, and then you aren't looking at your swimming or your flying. And I mean, honestly, looking at both these players, considering they have like a 51, I feel like some of the swimming, some of the flying is definitely a little rough around the edges. Could use, I feel like even in wing cap stage, losing like multiple seconds just from some poor flying.
Right.
Whereas other parts of the run, they are very clean. But I mean, it's also kind of a building block, step by step. Not everything's going to be equal all the time.
I remember watching Punkay a couple of years ago, and even missing one swim, he's like, man, I just lost 1,000,000 years.
Ooh, Haka missing the wall kick. Okay, hold on now. This could be a great opportunity for Flixer to save some big time. Fire Sea is a big one. Have yet to see either player get the lava boost. It's a tough cycle. Very tight.
It is, and it saves a considerable amount of time. All right. Oop. Lots of dust.
Ooh. Flixer with the burned booty. That is not good.
Quite making it. So neither runner getting lava boost early. Ellie's Hakasay having to wait.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They both will. Cool triple jump dive from Flixer.
And this is very close to where we were in the last race. As a matter of fact, I think that Flixer. No. Oh no, this is not good. This is not good.
That is a code red, a death and Fire Sea.
Huge time loss. Huge time loss.
You gotta know that boost will not bring, like, it won't give you enough height to get over the top of the platform there. Gotta go on the slope. And burning the booty again. This is really bad news for Flixer.
His booty is not bopping. Wow.
That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage.
So Hakasay has a comfortable lead now. But this is not the time to let up. We know that Flixer has it in him to just power through, which is phenomenal. So, this is not a breathing time for Hakasay at all. Flixer just waiting.
Yeah, that's some damage. That is it's a tough one for sure. But considering what we saw from Haka last race, how they were trading back and forth upstairs, I wouldn't call it a closed case. Definitely not, but
I mean, I wonder if the time loss, if it's the time loss or the mentality that's worse as a result of that.
I just wonder if Haka's watching, because I think this is an exact moment where things can go wrong. If you see your opponent just lost that much time, it can be very easy to be in your head and be like, oh man, I've totally got this. And then that can be the downward spiral. So again, another reason to don't look. Just don't look. I would recommend against it.
Just do the best you can. Run the game like you know how to run it. I think when you're on that top level, you can make different choices as to what you want to do. Whether you're going to play it safe. But again, like I said, the pace world champion Punkation, I don't think he really changed up his strats like ever, other than switching to HMC late finally. But he just kind of did his thing. And the pun bun, that helps.
Pun bun does indeed help. Stores all of his sauce. Yeah, we're looking at a 1 minute 40-second lead from Haka, and again, past this car. See if he can get the backup quicker this time. Campbell, that's crazy actually.
All right, able to get the backup this time.
I only have seen someone miss that star before right there.
Ooh. Here we go. Things could get interesting here. Will this affect Haka? Oh my goodness, the impossible box. Flixer punching the perfect spot of the corner and the box not breaking.
All right, so he's not going to go back and get that coin. That's going to be interesting. He needs all of the coins. All right. Making it look easy here in Wet Dry World. Not giving it up. Hakasay is back with a vengeance.
Right, it doesn't seem like they let that affect them too much, even though it was unexpected.
Yeah, very much so.
Do I still have replay on? Huh. The technology, man.
A huge technical flub. This is absolutely astonishing. We've all been there, though. But we do see the view count dropping from 10 million Willian to 9 million Willian. Still sizable, though.
That is, I'm just going to put on a replay for when we had more viewers, and that'll solve the problem.
Now that is an idea. 5-head making quick plays here. BDF in the tech room. Genius.
Flixer also just saving all that time over Haka for, not falling off the top of the platform, so... Let's see what they can do with it.
And that's something that is... I typically fall off that platform if I miss the rollout up top and then just have enough momentum that goes... I just keep flying off the side. Not sure if I ever missed the 100 coin star that way. That's super interesting.
I've never seen, I think, the 100 coin star just missed before. Yeah, it was...
Yeah, Haka with some new, interesting, inventive ways of losing time. You love to see it. Because sometimes you see the same stuff over and over, you're like, yeah, okay, we've seen that. But Haka bringing some fresh news. Breathing fresh life into the world of Mario 64. Fails.
Up. Wow. Okay.
That was an innovative bonk.
Flixer, the third place all boxes champion, missing that box there. I think that's he missed that one the last run as well.
That's right. 2 crown pounds to get it last time.
Yeah, that is not Pog champ.
Well, I don't know whether they're only 3rd place,
Right, Flixer wrapping up his time here in Wet Dry World.
Beautiful triple jump dive.
That was pretty nice.
Oh, another box.
They're adding up quick now. That's like 2 seconds just from not being able to break boxes.
Wow. Kind of surprising.
Very surprising.
Alrighty, Flixer going to enter THI as Hakasay is working on their last star. Now, Flixer had an issue with secrets this last time. Not going to go for secrets first. Going to be saving a little bit of time over Hakasay with this mountain clip. Whoop, kind of swimming a little bit.
Yeah, probably not actually saving too much time there. I think it's actually pretty hard to save time with the mountain clip. It has to be very clean. But still, nice.
Now, Flixer had issues with secrets, not realizing that he missed the 3rd secret, having to go back and figure out, wait, which one was it? Was it this one? Was it the 4th? Was it the 1st? Was it, and let's see if they can make it up here. 1st secret obtained. 2nd obtained. Yep.
Seeing some really interesting ways to bonk over on this secret star here from both runners. So, again,
to me, THI secrets is so optimized. It's very optimized.
Flixer.
Should be able to just side flip. There you go. Okay.
Hakasay going to take their time over here in TTM.
Well, like I said earlier, TTM is like the bane of my existence. I've had so many runs die here to so many silly things. Going to be kind of interesting to see, not too many issues. I know Flixer attempted breezeless, and it was not obtained in the last run. Hakasay getting that mountain clip.
I should say Flixer had a casual breezeless in their PB and that they got in a Club 100 race. Just, oh wow, they tried it and got it.
Nope, fall from Haka.
Flixer ground pounding too early. Booty was on the floor before the star was spawned.
And BDF giving us a replay of Haka after the fall. We did not get to see it, but he did have some slip up with the log. Slow ledge grab, whole lot of lag. More ledge grabs. Haka with some not the cleanest gameplay in reds. I mean, if he keeps this up, we are going to see Flixer bring it back from a huge deficit. 1 minute 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's
huge.
That's nothing to laugh at all. you know, and Hakasay has got that on his shoulders at the
Especially
moment.
when we saw a 2-second race last for game 1. Like, that was...
Yeah. Hakasay can give him no room. Oh no, Flixer falling all the way down completely and bonking. Throwing that spaghetti out. Gonna have to back it up with reds here, most likely. Wow.
This is definitely a messier race from both runners, I feel.
It is, you know, and they're not as consistent. They're not as deliberate, I guess, with their movement.
Well, it's hard to... Hey, you just did a huge race and you lost or won by 2 seconds. All right, you take 2 minutes and now we go again. Like that's a lot. It's a lot to ask
Now
for.
do it again. Now, and you know, that's a good point. Could there be some collusion involved that to push this to a race 3 to provide this quality entertainment to everybody? I mean, we'll see.
I mean, you're just gonna have to know what script I picked, and I'm not revealing that yet, certainly. But I promise, I've been assured that the runners have memorized it appropriately and will execute it flawlessly. I mean,
All right.
They're paid the best.
I mean, they are. They are. We you know, paid by the viewers, for the viewers. Almost like a Twitch version of PBS. Making it happen. Heck, they going into SL. You know, I used to hate SL. And it's kind of funny. SL is the place where I've been practicing speed kick, specifically doing this star right here. And so now I don't mind it as much. It's not, you know, SL's coming up. I don't know.
Right.
You know, I don't want to do this. You know, I feel more confident about it. Like TTM, I absolutely hate the last star at THI because TTM's coming up.
Yeah, no, TTM is definitely one of those ones that just it feels like such a block. But Snowman's Land, I always feel, is that most of the stars are pretty straightforward, and then you have Snowman's Head. That's just like, well, screw you.
Wow.
No Man's Head, the big one. Huge one. Once that's out of the way, you're pretty cozy. I think whirling away, okay, Flixer overshooting TTM. Have not seen that before. Huge jump.
Wow. So not a whole lot of missing the box there, but that's okay. Not a whole lot of ways for massive time loss here for Hakasay and SL. It's gonna come down, like we always say, to Tippy. You know, we saw some spaghetti from specifically Rainbow Ride, where there was like this huge detour getting to the cruiser star from Hakasay. So that's one of the situations that Flixer's really gonna try to rely on and capitalize on, but Flixer cannot make any more mistakes. Can't give Hakasay any more room.
Oh, Flixer!
Oh no!
Commentator's curse in live.
Apparently, backing it up with the very basic strat, grabbing the star. I mean,
Backing up.
if you're Flixer, I mean, what's going through your head right now?
What's going through Flixer's head right now? Probably fuck, shit, God, shit. Damn
Agreed.
it.
Agreed.
If I- yes.
You know,
1,000%.
considering that would be their mindset, though, I think they've recovered decently well. I mean, I think, no doubt that is probably what they were thinking, but you can definitely play like you're thinking like that and just kind of fall apart. And I don't see them falling apart.
They're not.
That's true.
You know.
Maybe more of a, oh gosh, shit.
Yep.
And then, all right, okay, here we go. I got this back. Oh wait, Flixer's 12. He can't say that. All right, frick, poop.
That's better. That's more appropriate.
Heck. Nice.
Butts.
Butts. Now, we did see Flixer doing things like triple box jump, you know, a couple of their smaller optimizations, but, you know, I'm not seeing a big lead change here in HMC. Flixer doing a lot of dive rollouts.
Whole lot of bad shit going on. And the age correction in chat, he's actually 16.
Okay, I should have known. 12 is the meme age. You can never believe somebody when they're like, yeah, 12.
Unless you're 85.
I guess.
Like a certain
Haka
commentary.
again. Ooh, that was a very, very nice backup from Haka. Quick thinking. Decided to just go instead for the Island Star. Very nice.
And right, just knowing it's like, oh, you can switch up the wall you jump up there because there's no ceilings anywhere.
Yep.
And it's interesting because I'm pretty sure that backup was still faster than actually doing like the elevator clip and waiting for the elevator to come down. So good thinking on his part. Experienced racer for sure.
Absolutely.
Okay, another correction in chat. Flixer is 61, not 16. So.
Hogchamp.
Huge, big if true.
Oh, gonna have to back it up from Hakasay. Very nice. Very, very nice.
Again, that backup is so quick and nice. I didn't know you had. I was doing the full setup for a backup there.
Yes. Yeah. Most people, it's all about the height of that double jump. You know, and being able to hold back and maintain, you know, that momentum, I guess. Because that's all the kick is for, is to kick off the wall and just put you back on the button. But Hakasay really, really nice getting that height from the double jump to come back, hit the button, and move on.
All right, so we're still seeing, I think, about the same lead, minute and a half lead for Haka in this game 2. Coming down towards the end here, I mean, Haka's going to go up to Tippy already, and that's about it. There's not much time for Flixer to recover from Haka.
There isn't, but, you know, I will say this. TTC is a killer, and, you know, I think that Flixer and Haka kind of exchanged back and forth different mistakes in TTC, but Rainbow Ride, Hakasay missing Lakitu bounce, really kind of shows a couple little dings in the armor there. Okay. Definitely a different entrance into Rainbow Ride for Haka. Yeah, Tippy is definitely a dangerous place. You can't get comfortable, especially when you're doing strats like Lakitu bounce, which looks like he's good, up on the pole. Now, finishing out the last little part of this, boom. All right, Hakasay looking much more solid, following the script to take this to a game 3, most likely. We still have 11 more stars to go.
I mean, can you imagine your nerves in a game 3? Can you just imagine your nerves in a game 3? I've never actually had to compete in one. In a, you know, anytime I've done a race, it's been single elimination. You best of one, you're done. But I cannot imagine the nerves for a 1-1 best of 3 match.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a test of endurance at that point.
Right.
You know, 3 back-to-back. It's taxing.
No, it absolutely is. I think Hackett was the one that asked when they knew they got to the final, hey, is that a best of 3? If so, I need to work on endurance.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you're basically doing 3 no resets in a row, and it's not easy.
Right, and it's like if you mess up something in game 2, if you're not careful, you can let that affect your mindset in game 3, and that you're screwed, even though it's supposed to be a separate run. So,
because think about your hands. Simply, I know that you've had your experience with hands and those issues and challenges. Going 3 games where you're playing Mario and being very precise and very frame perfect for a 3-hour period, it's tough. It's not easy.
Definitely not easy, but it can be done. Ooh, Flixer not getting the second wall kick. Oh no!
That was terrifying.
Oh yeah, that wall kick there is just... Oh no, not again.
Yep. Some big falls. Oh, the firstie, it's all falling apart here for Flixer. Oh.
What?
Huge.
Okay.
They just got the speed boost to get all the way down there.
That was genius.
That-
Nice move from Flixer.
I mean, you're not going to see that anywhere else.
Very, very swag. Very swag.
Oh,
Okay.
that's one way to get over here.
So fun fact, a friend of ours, Oddcat, prides himself because, you know, a lot of us try to overcomplicate that movement. But he just goes in and he's like, dude, just do 3 long jumps, forehead, and you make it every time. Just stop it.
Yeah, it's amazing that does work, although I have now moved on to Lakitu bounce is easier than Noob Cruiser. True story.
I don't know. I've been practicing it a little bit. I think I get tilted too quickly while practicing it.
I would agree with that. Like 2 bounce, like once you put in enough time, it does get more comfy then.
I just put in a lot of time grinding it, and it started to pay off, and you start to say, oh no, I understand this now. So, and plus, it's not one like you miss it and you sometimes die, but a lot of times you miss it, you're still alive. You can do other stuff.
You know, in one of my invis wall. Luckily, he just fell there. Oh. That triple jump dive was terrifying to me, but for me personally, I really like the idea of setting up foundations with speedrunning. So I think that specifically with SM64, there is a natural progression of learning different strats, and they're beneficial because there's a lot of runners, a lot of newer runners that come down and say, hey, look, I'm just going to try the hardest thing in the world, and I'm going to master that. Well, the problem is that when they fail that in settings like this, their tool belt of backups is not as big because they didn't learn those beginner or intermediate strats. So I think having that foundation is important. Haka, moving reds, looking really solid. The confidence is there.
Right.
Oh, I hate that camera there. Let's take a look-see here.
We're getting some arguments in chat. The various different speedrunning cliques are going at it.
I think I'm the only representative currently of Blue Esports, so as Sarah Mew calls the Evil Blue Legion, but I'll support that.
No, I'm in favor of just more generally esports teams and clubs, trying to unite. I of course wanted to start a independent league, Club 100. Definitely, we're definitely welcome, everyone. So I definitely value the independence I get from that. But definitely love seeing CCG, love seeing Cringe, and I love seeing them go at each other. It's very amusing.
So Chad asking how do you make Lakitu bounce consistent? Honestly, it has to do with your setup. It's a very specific setup where you're going into a side flip and then you start your jump. So, once you get those button presses down and understanding how the setup works, it's a lot easier to make minor adjustments as needed. Hakasay with a commanding lead. I don't think that a PogChamp Bowser in the sky is gonna save Flixer this time.
Right, yeah, this is getting to be a little too much. They're just running out of time. I mean, you have an infinite amount of time and deaths to take, or at least 15 before a game over for Haka, but you just don't think it's gonna happen.
Oh, we got a new crew popping in here, the Jalapine crew. I'm like it.
Nice.
I like it.
Nailed it. Ship it.
Ship it and clip it.
Popping in with pizza, highlighting that message. I could go for a nice big piece of pizza pie.
What's your go-to pizza topping? Let's hear it.
It depends. I mean, I don't do pineapple at all, but that's a whole nother argument. But I'm a big fan of like the meat lovers.
Nice.
Or a Supreme where it's just piled high with like, ooh, Flixer falling there, not piling high, but where the pizza is just piled high with anything and everything you can think of except for anchovies.
no.
Not a fan. Oh, Flixer taking a dive off the side.
You hate to see it, but also you do love to see the dedication to that dive.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah, I had no option at that point. Yeah, meat is pretty good. I can't argue with that. I do love to suck on some meat. You know, it just
Same.
makes me feel good.
Makes a lot of
BDF?
sense. I mean, I'm from California. I love chicken and barbecue sauce on pizza. So, yeah, gonna just stick with that.
Ah.
I mean, I don't mind a barbecue chicken pizza at all, but you know, my career field, I'm a trained culinarian, so things like pineapple on pizza just doesn't make sense because you already have the acid from the tomato sauce and you add the acid from the pineapple, and it's just super sweet and it's like a candy pizza. I can't do it.
So what you're saying is, objectively speaking, pineapple on pizza is garbage.
Correct.
I will have to hard agree with that one. I will never get it. I've tried it. It's all right. It's
Right.
just there's better, right? It's like if that's the best pizza, then you haven't tried enough, right? If that's your
Yes,
favorite
true.
one. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not against people liking it, but saying it's the best or anywhere near, have some diversity. Try some more things.
Yeah, it's for real.
And it's
For
great,
real.
you know, when you find the mom and pop pizza places where the pizza slice is bigger than your face.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
Yep.
Oh, Flixer taking another one there. I mean, not going to matter too much. Haka kind of running away with this.
He's
It's
dedicated.
not over until it's over. Haka missing a throw. Flixer now getting a star. Just needs to get 2 more stars here and finish Bowser in the Sky, and he can bring it back. Haka needs to get these throws, or else Flixer's going to just end it right now. That's 1 throw. Still anybody's game. Okay, 2 throws. It's not looking too good now. Oh, but missing the grab. Hold on, Flixer now going for a 69 star. Oh, missing the wall kick. That's gonna close it out, and Haka just barely bringing it back here in game 2. But that's gonna push it to a game 3. You love to see it.
Game 3. You do love to see it.
Wow. So I wonder if Flixer is going to change any of the strategies here. I mean, he didn't have any massive mistakes other than Fire Sea. Fire Sea was what put the nail in the coffin for this race.
Yeah.
You know, going a little bit too fast, a little bit too spicy. Yeah, I mean, if I was him, I'd be going back to the drawing board, talking with the coach, rallying with the team, you know, saying, hey, we did this once, we can do it again. Because we're now 1-1. Whoever wins this will take the Club 100 Season 2 tournament. Now, the current champion, I believe, is still in chat from Season 1, which is Oddcat, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so, yes. And I did not have trophies made for Season 1 or Season 2, but if I ever do get those made, I will make the backlog or the previous tournament or trophies as well and ship them out. So.
And the vaccine, right?
I mean, that's understood, but I definitely want to test the vaccine with myself first, so, you know, it's going to be a little delayed.
What?
The vaccine in a trophy. That's fair.
All right, so the runners.
And a massive amount of Cool Cat Gang propaganda in the chat. Not really sure how to react to that. Go ahead, B-Dubs.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I think the runners are taking another short break, as you might expect after. Well, Flixer are going to finish the run here, but we're going to take another couple minutes of break. I'm sure runners are very tired, and yet we need to push out one more out of them, so.
Fair enough. You know, touching back on Saren Mew and his spam of the Cool Cat propaganda in chat, what came to mind was a rather funny pun or a play on the name Saren Mew. I might even go as far to say that you could call him Saren Spew, as he is quite literally just spewing garbage in the chat.
Amen, brother.
Wow, that was... Damn. Can I use that?
Yeah.
Flixer missing, moving right side. I don't know if you saw that, kind of dove off. We do still love you, Sarah Mew. We do still love you.
Okay, don't lump me in with this wee nonsense, okay? I'm just saying.
Oh, Flixer just wanting to implant his face
Oof.
In Bowser in the Sky. Holy crap. Simply declaring himself an enemy of the Cool Cat Gang.
It's true.
Man,
Interesting. Interesting.
we got some fire here between the races, between chat, between comms. This
Fuego.
is damn.
Of course, Nut Gang's not representing. They're too busy nutting and going nutty, okay? What do you expect them to do? Electric. Wait, is it possible? Wait, Electric. Is it possible that we could get Electric to join us in the booth for Game 3?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, of course.
If he's interested. Electric, get your ass in here, man. I see you typing all caps. I know you're ready. I know you're down for some sauce.
He should
Although
just,
if you're in the middle of something, no big deal.
should just need to hop in the stream channel. He has the proper role already.
Wait, Badroenis too? Hold on. Can we get a party for Game 3?
Wait, so is this is the pace couch, if I'm not mistaken, for the 4-way 120 was you, simply, me, Badroenis, and Electric. Holy crap,
Let's go.
bringing the 4-way back into
Let's
the
go.
mix.
Yeah, Badroenis and Electric, hop in the Discord, hop in the channel. You are more than welcome.
Holy crap.
I am happy to
Nut.
host this reunion, considering we could not have Pace in person this year.
I'm not in. Badroenis!
Fuck yeah, bro.
Whoa, what
Yo,
is up? Thank you for
bro.
being here.
Yo,
Welcome in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We overrate you. No, we underrate you, man. Welcome.
Sick.
True.
Sick.
I'll be honest. I tried to do a comm for the freshman 16 and I kind of sucked. Gotta do better.
Nah, you're fine. I just kind of talk over everyone like a fuckhead anyway.
And we get the great highlight clips and videos out of it now anyway, so everyone looks good.
True.
Everyone's gotta get the content. That's how you get big.
Get the content, baby! Farming it up!
Alright, so now we are at the point where the runners are going to take their little break here. I'm sure they are freaking exhausted 2 hours into this. We'll give them a little break here. I switch over to the statistics screen again so we can see, you know, the PBs again. Flixer with the better PB, but Hakasay with the better consistency, more or less. And so, and now that they've each taken a race, we are basically just back down to that win probability for the match of 60-40, basically. So it's close.
It's nuts.
Consistency rank is based off of their times in the Club 100 league, and then I just took the kind of standard basic statistics for mean, standard deviation, all that. So that is based on their league rank, based using the race times.
Right.
So what do you use to calculate win probability?
Win probability.
5 head.
I just assumed that. Well, I took their race times in both the Ruby Mill League and the Club 100, and found the mean standard deviation of that. Assume their times are normally distributed, as one must, as one might. I took a sample from a normal distribution, and basically just did matched pairs of each one. Okay, get a time for you, get a time for you.
Okay.
Win or lose, win or lose, win or lose. Do that. You know, you could do that 1,000 times. We didn't do that. You could do that 10,000 times. We didn't do that. You could do that 100,000 times. We're like, what are we? You know, some
We
just,
did that.
some guy on the street. We did 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000 samples, 1,000,000. You know, basically little matches here between Hakasay and Flixer to determine that Hakasay wins 60.75% of the matches. So
It's pretty darn cool.
We have Electric in here as well. Electric, what the fuck is happening, dude?
Seriously.
Lots of things are happening. Just you know, messing around with sound settings and such. Ready to get on with this match whenever the racers are ready to start.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I kind of like this little gap. Because, like, you each win one, you get up, you know, you get your water, whatever, and then you try to have, like, the best race 3 you can. I'm in favor of, like, a bit of intermission.
no,
It's gotta be tiring. I'm only just joining for match 3, though. It's very tiring to calm 3 matches.
Yeah, no. Props to simply Tharaoh for being here this long. I definitely was having trouble, or you know, even just working up the courage to ask really anyone for semifinals and finals matches. Like, can you give me a 3-hour block of your time? Like that is huge. So shout outs. You know, if you gotta take a break.
It is my pleasure.
Thank you
Absolute
so much.
Pleasure. And I'm glad that we could get Badroenis and Electric to come in on this train. bring the steam back in. I don't know about you, Tharaoh, but yeah, it's if you guys have never commentated, man, I mean, one race, that's one thing. 2 races, you know,
Oh,
do
yeah.
it. But 3, you
See,
get to 3 and you're like, okay.
in my experience doing the marathon comm sessions, like these later matches are either your best or worst, just because you're so out of it.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
definitely recall an occasion. I forget who was racing, so I can't name names even. But it was like a best of 3, and like the first 2 races went really bad. Now I was like, all right, hopefully this guy's gonna win. And then he like lost his whole like a minute plus in Sky, and then we went to a match 3. I'm like, get me out.
I did want to ask, BDEF, do you have the insurance that it takes to have these 4 commentators on the Dream Team here in the booth all at once? I mean, isn't it like the president where you have to have somebody like hidden away safe so that nobody can just bomb the booth? I mean,
you know what? I didn't get any reports or anything that was necessary, so we're just gonna roll with it here. But if we lose the possibly the best damn SM64 commentary team in existence, that, I mean, not gonna go good on my record. Not gonna look good on my permanent record, so to speak.
I did want to shout out, we did get another $10 donation for Feeding America, bringing us up to $130. Courtroom Miner, thank you so much for that $10 donation. Mario Bonks for food banks. Now, our goal was $100. We've raised $130 so far. 100 of that is being matched by BDEF to go into the prize pool. So these guys are making like $2.4 million for the win. There's so much on the line right now. It's insane.
We had $100. We had $110 donated to our COVID fundraiser. We are now at $130 here for the food banks, Feeding America. 100 matched out of each of those. The prize pool's at $200 plus all that Twitch revenue. So you love to see it.
It's big money.
Big money.
Especially if you're Flixer. I think we mentioned this before, but Flixer is like really young too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know like what his setup's like, but maybe if he wants a new controller, or like if he has an EverDrive, or if he doesn't have an EverDrive, that could get him one.
Oh yeah.
If he has one, he can just get another one.
Yeah.
Just show
Some
off.
Dark Dog in the chat. I've been trying to help him get an encourage him to get an EverDrive, because he's really good, but he has literally no practice codes.
Oh,
geez.
that hurts.
Wow.
I don't know if I could have really gotten into this game without the effective practice tools that we have. Like it makes practice more fun, I feel like, because it's so pretty efficient.
It's definitely one of Mario's best features, like in terms of speedrunning.
So
practice just goes so fast.
I've ran Odyssey. I know that you've ran Odyssey as well, if I'm not mistaken, Electric. And I'm not sure who has run it, but that's one of the things that the Odyssey team or the runners crave for, is something to even just add simple save states to make the game so much more easy to practice. Because gosh, I've got 3 profiles with every single stage in it just so that I could practice. It's insane.
Yeah, my Switch is still filled with a bunch of useless profiles that just have Odyssey save files with more worlds on them.
And it looks like we're starting now, actually, getting synced up. Perfect sync, BDEF. Good job at getting those Peach blinks to sync perfectly. This is it. This is for all the marbles.
This is it.
For the
This is so
Wait,
it.
did someone say marbles? Exclamation point, play 7.
Hog.
Play 7 is the best marble to use. Very good.
Yeah, I don't disagree. All right, getting started here. Hakasay's grass, of course, being bioluminescent.
I don't know what's with its colors. They're like not as bright as some people's, but like the saturation is like 300. Like
yeah, it is a
like
lot.
Mario looks kind of dark still, but everything else is just like flaring.
This looks like recently on my stream I played a Wii game, and the way I'm capturing my Wii, the capture's really dark, so I use filters and OBS to counteract that.
Yeah,
And I accidentally left them on when I switched back to N64. That's what his screen looks like. It's like he left on some color correction.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. Getting started here, so Flixer has been consistently faster at bomb clip, but Hakasay just slightly ahead. But Flixer
there's
grabbed the
Flixer.
star sooner.
Yeah, he falls behind because he like tucks himself into the corner like that. Getting a more straight on angle would definitely improve his time.
And
Yeah.
that's what we've seen throughout the entire race is Hakasay. Oh, look at this sync here. Hakasay going with, the tried and true what Hakasay knows. We've commented multiple times about Womp's 8, and that's what we do in runs. That's what I know Hakasay does in runs. I don't blame. There's no reason to switch it up at this point. You've made it to the grand finals. You just need to do what you do.
Yeah, that's certainly fair. And I don't think any of these races so far have come down to the 1 second that Womps later saves.
Right. It was. I think the first race was like 2 point something seconds. It was super close, but you're right. Chat getting in their guesses. 12.6. Not quite there.
Ambitious.
Very ambitious.
Hackett taking this half cycle movement here. Let's see, he goes for the side flip jump dive here. If the blue coin plays nice, that movement feels really, really good.
It
It's very
does, and we
consistent.
saw in the first race that blue coin. I swear it was just shot out of a cannon, just flew out of nowhere. Hakasay looking really solid. He is 1 coin short right now, so he is going to have to grab that box because he will be short. Unfortunately, you want to end before you get that. There we go. Second to the last. I thought he was going to spawn the star on top of the star. That would be
It'd be
pretty
Among Us.
But 88 is the magical number. You can go higher than that. That's fine. But 88 is the number we shoot for coming off of that ramp if you're doing this particular route. Flixer,
I feel like he was thinking about going for double jump, but
I think so too. That's kind of why I held my breath a little bit. We've had the mention in chat already. He can do double jump Alice, but can't get in the painting for Princess Peach's super slide, secret slide, excuse me.
and Haka also getting Alice first try. Shoutouts to his Alice tutorial. And shoutouts to Drogies as well, both quality tutorials.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, good tutorial work going out lately.
Yeah, Sean Raider.
Really happy with how it's been. Yeah.
If you
I
haven't
think his are great if you're a new runner. I would say go to his first.
Agreed. Because when I started running was Blue Bob's tutorial.
Yeah, I think those are still useful, but it's not the level of polish that'll catch up casual players' attention in the same way.
Right.
And Sean specifically focusing on 70 star, which is what these runners are running now. Flixer with that magic number actually has an extra coin, and that's perfectly fine. What? Okay.
Interesting thwomp movement, but he doesn't fall. That's the important part.
All right. Fairly solid looking 100 coin from both of these runners so far. It's really interesting how the race mindset is, I guess. And now that I have you two folks here in the chat, Electric, when you're racing, do you pull up someone or your opponent on the screen and watch throughout the race, or no?
No, never. Like all of my tourney races, I always turn my main monitor off and close my laptop lid. So I go completely blind. It's just me in the game, and I find that works best for me to be able to focus.
That
That is the strat.
makes sense. I mean, it's because speedrunning is so different. It's not like Call of Duty or Halo or something like that where you're playing against an opponent. You're honestly more playing against yourself, and they're playing against themselves, and it's just who can do that faster, I guess. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Completely.
I was gonna say there's a lot of sports ball where you have offense and defense, and how both teams perform affects each other's, and it's this combination of things. But when you are racing yourself, there's not that dynamic so much. Flixer just taking a while
Just stopping.
Observe the star, really make sure it's a one they want to collect and want to move on. But
Look, I'm copywriting that strat. Okay, that's now trademark Tharaoh. To stop and just admire its beauty.
I'm gonna go on record and say this will be the biggest controversy since trying to trademark React videos.
Yeah, that's fair.
You will be
Wow,
hearing from
Flixer
my
eating
lawyer.
a boatload of lag, trying to get the triple jump, and still manages to miss it. But he's got the single jump wall kick strats here.
Double checking that ledge, making sure it does work.
Still ended up being a sub 7 womp, so the rest was pretty clean. Really screwed up the last couple. But we'll see if he's in the lead or if Haka's in the lead, because it's...
That was a late dive rollout. I'm surprised that he didn't hit the stairs there.
I guess he's in the lead? Oh no, Flixer, okay. We are very close.
Yeah, this is a lot closer than the last two races have been. We have those big time losses that are coming up here soon. Flixer reveling in one of them in the last race. Let's hope it goes a lot better. Coming up on Dark World now, we know Flixer has the advantage here. Going for that easy shig cycle, but Hakasay not going for the long jump. Cringe. Yeah, we can do that. But again, I guess I'm the only one here that is supporting the BES, the Blue Esports logo. That's strange. Flixer missing one of the twins.
Unfortunate.
Flixer not supporting twins.
Apparently not.
That's cringe. That's cringe.
That is cringe. All right. So, Hakasay taking a small lead here. Flixer's
You
had
can see
issues
him
with
waiting
this.
on that rollout. He doesn't want that
Yeah.
extra speed.
And that makes sense. I mean, he ended up with the ledge grab in the first run. Playing it safe. I see him playing a little bit different than how he was. So that is pretty interesting.
All right, let's see how Dumb World goes here.
I see what you did there with what you called it.
It's a knee slap.
And
Haka
everyone
already taking a burn here. It's going to be pretty difficult to make shake, but the sync looks pretty nice here, despite Flixer being on a far better cycle. Let's see. Haka does make the elevator right on time, so he's able to maintain his speed just fine. The Flixer as well. Flixer with a bit better of a chance of making shake.
Height cycle.
Look at this.
Okay, Hakasay's not going to go for it. I'd say that's the better call.
Honestly, the pop movement is what I'd probably do too. So Haka is going to take about a 4-second deficit over that, but that's totally a-okay. Playing it mega safe on this area here.
I don't blame him.
pretty nice. Very close in game 3. You do love to see it.
No,
Oh,
oh,
God. The
Flixer
bomb
taking the
turned
stairs
around the
all the
world.
way down.
Alarms go off. You.
Look at
Mario
my
just made an extra
alert.
slump. I like to imagine that there's like a ABC game show style like punchy fist that comes out of the stairs and just keeps knocking Mario down in that situation.
Like Wipeout? Is that the
Yeah,
show,
exactly. That type of thing. Or like American Ninja Warrior or all those other whatever shows that are
That makes
basically the same thing.
Those two are prime.
Obstacle course. We need to get one of those like IRL. At a GDQ. Build
be
a
down.
little
Oh, yeah.
Mario 64 Olympics.
Wipeout? I'd definitely be down.
Build an authentic replica of Bowser in the sky, and have speedrunners try to navigate through it.
Woo! Now we're talking. You need some kind of jetpack, maybe a hover nozzle that we could equip.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, flood type things work. They just need like a fire hose attached to them, but that's not that cumbersome, right?
No, that'll
I mean,
work.
just a thick nylon hose pumping gallons of water at a time. That's not at all weighty or anything.
We can do that. That sounds doable. I'm in. Let's fund it. All right, we're
Big
now
Industries
feeding
getting in on the
America.
waterworks games.
We're done feeding America. All the money is actually being put towards the IRL Bowser in the Sky Bowser course, obstacle course. And yeah, thank you very much for your donations. They're very generous. I
Well,
hope you
how about
enjoy it.
this? We could say people if they want to go double or nothing on the obstacle course, you know, we can definitely repurpose some of that money already. I mean, absolutely, I think people knew what they were donating for.
Yeah, with $130, we'd have to go probably Ed, Ed and Eddie style with it, but I think it'd work okay.
Somebody say nut.
That was me.
That's worth the press. Okay, Haka going for the big boy pants strat here. Kind of missing the ledge. It's okay. If you're going for the baby strat, that's also okay. Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I'm still very close. Zion with the metaphorical approach. We are still feeding America with a real life Bowser in the sky. True. Honestly, we might be feeding more.
Like, think the revenue from that stunt would end up feeding America so much more. We could like send half of the proceeds to feeding America and just keep the other half. It's a win-win-win.
This is genius. I mean, we should stop talking about it at this point. Otherwise, it's going to leak and some higher up, some big wig is going to hear it and just take the idea. So, chat, you are now forgetting that you ever heard about this.
The Men in Black.
Gotta be
That's what we need.
confident.
Yeah, for the past 5 minutes, we've been having a conversation about the CCM Penguin.
And isn't he so fat?
That penguin, though, right?
Like, why does he wait for Mario after getting 120 stars? Like, just keep sliding down the slide. There's a teleporter right there.
See what you did there? Wait. Ha.
Haka missing the red coin here.
Yeah, Hack has been struggling with that red coin. I think he needs to reassess, practice it, because he's now missed it twice.
You gotta watch the opening cam there. Like, if the opening cam ends up, I think it's if it ends up zooming in on Mario, you just do like a slight right nudge on the stick and you fix everything.
Yeah.
But you have to be paying close attention.
Like, you can use, like, when Mario passes the tree on the way down, like, sometime in that range, you should be fine.
Yeah, sometimes you can accidentally grab the tree if you try to adjust, but still. Worth
I mean,
it.
at
I
this
think
point-
that's better than
Exactly.
missing it, probably.
Okay,
Grabbing
he's
the
already
tree is
missed
beyond
one
it.
on the arch there. Let's see the rest of it here. He's got that full line. That line's pretty difficult to grab. And the Penguin's kind of trying to get in his way, but he manages to pull away for these next 4.
Wow.
Flixer having a pretty okay time with his Penguin as well. So 85 on Haka's side.
So, and I was informed that they're actually using the penguin as a backup. That's why they're not doing the 100 coin last.
Huh.
I mean, is that new?
I guess they were, or like they were saying, like, that's the backup for missing coins is like you go back up and save the baby penguin,
Right.
and then you do double plus,
Okay, that
or
makes
do you
sense.
do penguin on its own.
I mean, if you're comfortable with Pless, which I know that Flixer had some issues with in this last run, I guess if you're comfortable with that, but I mean, if you're comfortable with that, why wouldn't you just do CCM 17?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I would personally, I would never do double plus in a race.
Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
Sorry, I had a bit of a Rona moment there. Though I'm back.
It's
Yeah,
would you
I
never
feel like it's very risky. Like, if you're D whatever, yeah, do it. You're fine.
Exactly.
But if I'm Hakasay or me, I would be a bit more cautious.
The only case I can think of it for, like, one of these runners is, like you said, it's like no one's planning to do that, but it's just like, well, I got to improv here to try to make the best of what's what's falling apart in front of me. So I can kind of see it then, but
I mean, I guess if you're comfortable enough with medium bomb plus, it might be kind of worth it.
It
How
would,
you
and
can salvage a bad situation.
Okami's talking in the chat. Yeah, it's definitely a race strat, so you can use double pillarless as a backup. So it's only really for intermediate runners.
I would go as far as saying for expert, really. Like, it's a very, very finicky strat.
Yeah, and pillarless for me, it's something that I've been working on and practicing, but not something that I'm necessarily going to be instituting in runs, much less a race. That's the grand finals. That's not something that I'm just going to pull out. So I understand. It's that balance of, doing what you know versus being super risky. And Flixer, just with his movement alone, Flixer is kind of had the advantage, but it's also cost Flixer the last race.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And, like, there's a quote, I'm trying to remember how it goes specifically, but it's like, under pressure, you don't rise to the occasion. You fall back on what you've learned through practice.
Right.
And like in that case, the strat is not to think I'll ball out with double plus and it'll just work. It's like, right, what I know is my best shot is what I'm going to go with. And I think like Hakasay, he has not the best movement, but he also uses like a retro bit or whatever, like not the ideal controller. So
Right.
I'll give him a pass there. But he's also like very good about where his comfort zone is. And I feel like with all these races, he's really showed that like he knows how to like play the race.
Right.
I think that gives him an advantage. Flixer though, definitely a promising runner. Glad he's moving on to some more 70 after getting a 15. So really like this is like great exposure for both of them, I would say.
So I mean, Hakasay is he's been around the community for quite a while. Not a stranger to races. I think I've raced Hakasay. I know I've commentated quite a few matches with Hakasay. Like you said, Flixer a little bit newer on the scene. But I compared it earlier to Cheese and Punkay. If you remember last year during the grand finals.
Cut you off though. Flixer, great first plus. He's got that done and moving on.
Yeah, and that's
Go
something he
ahead.
struggled with. He missed it 3 times in the last race. But
Huge.
Flixer is more of that pop-off runner, where Hakasay is more of that Punkay, that tried and true consistent runner. If that makes any sense.
It's a good comparison.
Oh, the fly guy not cooperating with Flixer whatsoever.
Oh no!
We see the replay down here at the bottom.
I'm surprised his model didn't change into the bully, because I mean that's all he is in this case. Like,
yeah, because
if we did Mario in real life, I'm imagining all of SSL. We have the quicksand be like one of those cheese pits at like a gymnastics place.
Yep.
So like you're wading through the cheese blocks. That would be fun. That would be something else.
I mean, what would we have for the fly guy? Is just a jar of mosquitoes? I don't know what would be equivalent in Lance.
Okay.
Yeah, those cheese blocks with Tharaoh don't do too well, with the old man status. Actually got stuck last year for like 20 minutes in those. Had to have assistance to get me out, so it's on video somewhere.
Mario like stuck in the sand. That's what it evoked.
That's what it felt like. Absolutely. I mean, these guys are closer than they have been. I know that Haka currently has 1 extra star over Flixer, but Haka's had some issues with lava boost, dying in the very first run of the evening tonight. That's all it takes. It's only a 1-star difference right now.
Yeah, he goes for a Kira boost, which I think is a great strat, but it does have a bit of a learning curve. And I know that's something that Hakasay picked up a little bit more recently. It's one of those like more advanced strats that he's been trying to pick up because he knows like, he plays things pretty safe, wants to be a little bit more advanced sometimes. But here
That's
you
how
go.
you get the times.
Yeah.
Gotta slowly but surely build in those hot straps.
No!
There is the
First.
He's actually been holding up too soon. Like he needs to hold down right for longer, I think.
Yeah, that was a pretty big bop. He bopped on the ceiling rather than that extra wall.
I mean, this is the main boost.
There we go.
Still
That-
really.
That's a strat you rarely see.
Yeah, the way he goes to the right there worries me. And Flixer does it too. I've never seen that kind of boost where they go to the right and get. It almost looks like they're gonna fall off, but they
I have
don't.
no idea what the Flixer boost. Like I saw it in the first race. Like I have no idea why he does it this way.
Like I've also seen Carlos Demand do it that way. And triple jump boost, jeez.
That's terrifying.
It seems like you go too high. Like you just be better off doing the long jump boost so you don't.
Right? Like long jump boost is so consistent. You just grind it for a couple hours, learn the ins and outs of it. Like there's a few little nuances to it that once you figure them out and master them, it's just mad consistent 100% of the time. Like I really don't encourage going for any strat less than long jump boost. It's just so worth it. It's fast enough and it's got the consistency just on lock.
Finally, another Blue Esports member in the chat saying lava jump boost is free, or excuse me, long jump boost is free. I know that J-Mill has the tried and true. At one point, could say, "I haven't missed a lava boost since 1941." So, I mean, it must be free.
But it does appear that he is expanding and saying that it is a lava jump boost, which not quite sure what that is. J-Mail, if you would like to expand on what you mean, it looks like Flixer boosting his booty into the air, a quick burn, not a huge deal.
Yeah, just a standard single jump there, no speed kick. A speed kick makes the strat so much faster if you do it properly.
And now we have J-Mail in the chat gaslighting the commentator, saying that Tharaoh said it first, but actually the commentator now gaslighting J-Mail by saying that J-Mail is gaslighting and a whole bunch of gas being lit, to say the very least.
Pour that right on Mario's booty. This next burn.
Wait a minute, if there's gas in the commentary booth, wait a minute. Tharaoh, did you curse us earlier by talking about a bomb in the booth?
Was not me.
True. Tharaoh was talking about a bomb. We were all chilling in the booth, and all of a sudden he's like, "I hope no one bombs the booth." I was like, "Where's this coming from?"
Oh fuck!
And now there's all this gas here. Hakasay's kicking the doorway here, causing some sparks to come out. Big Monka S in the commentary booth. Why people
Monka
Monka S?
Pour it around the door handle and jam the
Monka
chair.
Extreme.
But guys, this is
Monka
a
extreme moment.
this is a grand finale
I'll
in
go
more
Omega.
ways than one.
Oh no!
That's the truth.
Oh yeah. Take me home, boys.
What, are you gonna trigger explosives at the end of a guitar solo?
I mean, there will be fireworks too, so.
Hey, let's go.
Look at this sink going on.
In the stage that's pretty much a kitchen sink. You got the drain without a plug right in the middle. All these random treasure chest toys and algae toys. They're just cleaning out the aquarium at the moment. And that's all it is. It's just a sink with them cleaning out the aquarium.
And he misses it again.
Oh my, this chest could be a dirty dog.
Oh,
Okay, Haka did manage to hit the fourth one.
villager
It's
sauce.
You just swim back. Swim way far back.
No.
Yeah. That is a bop. You know Flixer's at his table right now. A heck, a dang, a shoot, and maybe even a gosh darn it coming out after those 3 missed chests.
Dag nabbit.
Yeah,
It's either
taking
that
the
or
fourth
you
one
get scrounged.
really, really
I don't know if
safe.
you're aware of that story, simply.
What'd you say, Badroenis?
I made a joke about Flixer getting grounded because when he got his 15, he popped off saying like "fuck yeah" really loudly, and his mom came in and was like, "You're grounded." Your
That's
mom-
excellent.
Yeah, it's a great story, but I feel bad for him. It's like you
I
just
mean,
wanna
hey,
be
we've all been there, though. I know I've been there. There was times where I was up late playing Mario, and my dad came in. He's like, "Get this, go to bed. What are you doing? Why are you up so late?" So I've, they just don't understand. They don't understand the grind.
Yeah.
But Flixer on his way to becoming a top gamer,
Gosh darn and suck it up, but
pretty much.
Haka playing things safe with the rear sub. Flixer as well. It's really easy to lose time on this if you're not doing this turn well down here.
J-Mill
Taking it
throwing
a little wide.
a little bit of shade against the N64 community in chat. N64 lag, Craigasm, Optimal Gaming, a fellow MU runner as well.
Just skip out on that layer of skill. No worries.
They don't understand, dude. They just don't understand. There's just a level of misunderstanding. That's all. If they played on it,
Such a level of direct precision. Trying to emulate it it doesn't work. Flixer skipping the first ring pretty much on
oh,
purpose.
that's
it
what
looks
happened.
like.
I was wondering what happened in the first race because he went so slowly, and then I was like, did
Oh,
he-
Haka misses the long jump, trying to save it with a kick, but
Oh,
not quite
man.
getting
Okay.
there. Taking another lava burn
Wow.
just to get up here.
Oh, okay.
Early
this is
cycle
probably
pretty
for
much
Flixer.
completely dead on the table within the first
Yeah.
right coin.
Yeah, this
That'll
is
be a
huge.
normal cycle for Haka, and Flixer, could save 20 with lava boost. That's about the difference.
6 months is not long enough, J-Mail.
Yeah, you gotta start on N64. Never even touch MU. And that's the true way to learn its power.
Okay, and now J-Mail just coming back. There's nothing we can say that can stop this man. I guess he's just a cursed soul, perhaps.
Flixer not getting the triple jump here, having to take side flip wall kicks movement. And he's still going for lava boost.
so
I
close.
think it's good.
Oh,
Barely.
Wow.
That was
Wait, why
great.
You can't hit
camera
that
the other way?
closer. Get a replay. There
I
we
don't
go.
know. He likes lag. What can I say?
That was
Like that-
weird.
How did that work?
If you go, he has this movement that he does where he does a triple jump up to that red. That what is it? The third red, fourth red. Yeah, the triple jump up to the fourth red. I think. Wait, what? So what was it that he did? He didn't do a triple jump wall kick. He did a bunch of wall kicks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
or
did like a side flip
elevator
into
shaft.
3 wall kicks.
Yeah, that's the power of this cycle. If you take that fourth red coin quickly, you actually don't even need to do the triple jump. You can do the 2 wall kicks too. And if you do everything optimally, you actually have room to mess up.
Haka
misses
barely
the
misses
throw
the fire sea throw.
by a hair. My golly gumdrops.
I mean,
I think if he would have had more momentum, that would have hit. I'm not sure, but that puts Flixer in the lead going upstairs.
Wow.
I'd be seeing red, and then I'd be like, wait, that's just Hakasay's colors. What can I say? They're-
That's just the stage. Like, why does Bowser always insist on fighting in dangerous territory where he's likely to get
No.
hurt?
All right, this run is super close. I would say both of them 51 kind of pace, maybe 52.
Yeah, this race just the sync, the tie, just all of a sudden. just
You're
insane.
seeing door
Yeah.
punches. Okay. Let's go ahead and see. I think one of them's been going for 100 coin and one of them hasn't at the start of what dry world, right?
I don't know. I do know in the first race, Haka had a major meltdown here.
I'm taking an interesting camera angle for this. Oh, and Flixer not even going for the double box break. Neither of them going for a double box break.
Shameful.
Kind of interesting. That I mean, that camera's virtually free, and it works so consistently when you practice it.
Everything is free.
I mean, just
Okay,
put in
Martina,
5
chill.
hours on everything. It'll be free.
It's all free. Let's be real. We all just flub to make content. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll be
just put in hundreds of hours on Dark World, and it'll definitely be free. Forehead.
Can confirm that is not true. Dark World is never free. That is a scary place. Not a fan.
Absolutely. Now, Flixer's saving some time here. He got amped, but Hakasay had a few more bonks and other small time losses. So
Now,
this-
I am curious. Simply, is Dark World or Fire Sea more scary for you in 70?
Probably Dark World, honestly. I don't know. I mean, I'm not. Actually, if I'm on a really good run, Fire Sea, I would say. But if it's 70 star, then I don't know. I'm never super invested.
God, Hakasay,
No,
no!
down
Haka,
again.
please!
Taking way too much of a delay on that rollout.
Come on!
That's 3 for 3 on Haka doing that, right?
I have no idea. Now, I will say, I wonder if like he thought his angle was bad, but if you just get a dustless rollout, you actually have way more room than you think to move. Like, you can barely roll out over that edge and you'll make it, like, pretty lenient. You just don't want to get dust, which Hakasay did again. And there are other backups. Oh my god, Flixer, medium water level elevator attempt.
How?
When he was going for
Wait.
top of the town. Just got lost in the sauce.
Oh,
The sauce!
You have to
I
feel like
thought he somehow accidentally hit a crystal, but then I was trying to think of which one he possibly could have hit.
you have to think these are the sorts of mistakes that come out when you're doing your 3rd run in a row that you're just exhausted and tired and just
Yeah, it could be for sure.
Now the 4th run in a row, that's where the real magic happens. When I did 6 runs on a row on 420, my 4th run was my PB.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was a 55-24.
Pog. Whoa, these freaking sidekicks here.
Oh, 55-21. I'm being corrected by chat on my own PP.
Alright.
Sorry, Haka taking
Not
it.
knowing your own PB is what it was. It's all right. I forget all the time.
Oh, Flixer ground pounding too far forward. So he's going to be losing major time to that. Haka taking a really wide turn there.
Oh.
They came up here, you know, about even with their PBs, and lost like 30 seconds each. It's not been a good wet dry world.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's so much fun to get a decent run out of Fire Sea, and then you get an 100 coin, and this stage just completely destroys your time.
Yep.
Zine coming out here with the heat. Flixer not being able to open a box.
You know, Pippochi.
Zion's being kind of toxic today. I don't know what's happening. He's been drinking the heat.
Flixer, slow motion here, but he does manage to pick up the secret. Haka a little bit quicker.
Neither of them getting that long jump into the mountain.
Yeah, the long jump is a little bit underrated, I feel like. It's decently difficult to get down.
All right,
Flixer.
bits cheap for both of them.
Also, just shout outs to Zine. I was just gonna say shout outs to Zine in chat. He has been a supporter since season 1 of Club 100. The first night I ever hosted a race, he was like, "Hey, you need someone to hop on comms?" Like, I was like, "Hell yeah, come on!" So, supporter from the beginning. Love to see it.
Haka taking a little dip in the water. Not quite sure why Mario needs to cool off. Hasn't really been burned yet. But now he's finally finding his way up to the pipe, drying himself off a little bit before he exits onto the top of the mountain here.
Electric, I'm gonna have to call you out here, man. I don't know if you've ever hit the gym or done some cardio, but let me tell you, when you are yawing and hooing and even wahooing, that's a lot. That's a lot of energy. There's no way that he's not heated up. I'd be dying, especially in these hot levels. I mean, the sun is on him at all times. He's wearing a full suit. So go ahead and tell me that you don't need to cool off after working out for
No.
32 minutes.
I mean, that's very fair, and I mean, I do have to bring up though, like, is it really the same Mario that you're playing with for this whole 30 minutes? Because I mean, I think both of these runners have taken death somewhere throughout this run, so I'd imagine that they are playing with a different Mario that's only been active for maybe 10-15 minutes or so. And I think the argument could even be made that every time Mario hops into a painting, he gets replaced with a new Mario.
There it is. That's what I was thinking. It was going to be like some iceberg shit, and then
The multi-Mario.
personalized copy.
Hey, have you guys heard that TTM is filled with peach farts?
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, good point. Interesting. Fair enough.
Tell me more.
I mean, where does the water here come from? Is it like some Ripley's Believe It or Not shit where they just pump it in from underneath the mountain?
It's the
I mean, it's a
condensation
possibility.
from Peach's farts. They go into the air, and then obviously whenever there's clouds in the air, they need to cry, and so it's literally Peach's fart juice.
I mean, Flixer just diving right through it. Hakasay not getting his long jump there. Gonna have to go for these reds instead. Which also, who puts reds in such precarious locations?
Reds instead. Hold up.
I mean, the real iceberg shit is who made this maze, because it's absolutely sadistic geometry. Like the higher you go on that triple jump wall kick to try to be safe with landing on the platform of the 7th red, like the higher of the chance you'll hit that wall there, because it juts out at a diagonal for no reason.
And you know, I don't want to say criticize too much, but look how sharp that is. That doesn't look safe.
It's not safe at all. Like I feel like this is actually part of a medieval castle, but like really old. So it's really old and ruined.
Interesting. Good
And
point.
also
Good
old.
point.
Oh.
Wow.
And in addition to being old, it was used for
There was
torturing
actually
people,
again.
and especially that maze.
That's on Mario. He's missed both of his log ball kicks.
And Flixer barely saving himself with that wall kick,
That was terrifying.
looking death in the face and saying, "Not today."
That
Dude, they're
was tough.
Oh.
Damn.
Taking that wall kick really, really low in his triple jump. No way that was gonna make it. Taking a bunch of lag just to get a better camera angle here.
Hot diggity dog. We have got a race, ladies and gents.
Flixer leading in star count. Haka does get his log wall kick this time with a firstie. Taking this wide triple jump here.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm clenching so hard for all these stars. TTM, man, it is not easy.
Yeah, Flixer going for that little optimization, rolling out on the side of that platform there instead of like head on. All right, one more star for Flixer, 2 more for Haka. Are they gonna wake the Breeze here? The Breeze is a ghost, by the way, too. Another little iceberg fact for you.
So taking a look, looks like for Flixer, he's actually had 2 golds this run. I don't know if he runs on separate racing splits, but Fire Sea and THI were both golds.
Interesting.
Kind of interesting movement going to SL. But he does have these 2 long jumps and the jump dive down. It's so weird that those work. Like you just hold an up left and those long jumps work. And there's so much castle movement in this game where you can't actually hold a notch, otherwise you'll bonk on something. But that movement just kind of works. It's so weird. And Flixer taking a really comfy double jump to get that ledge grab there.
I don't blame him. You know, sticking to the tried and true. That's what works. That's what's worked for Hakasay, you know.
Oh, also Snowman's Land is a snowman graveyard. Just by the way. The Spindrift are snowman ghosts.
That is a bit of a
I mean,
stretch.
that's fair.
Someone needs to stop him at this point. He's getting out of hand. I mean, this is even more than the iceberg video. Haka
Diving completely off the snowman's head. The ghost getting to him. Mario getting spooked and saying, "I don't want the star. I want out."
Oh no! Oh no!
The dedication on that dive, though. Whew.
I mean, if you're gonna go hard, go hard.
Flixer going in the deep freeze with a very delayed rollout there. But he does manage to still get his triple just fine. Right, Haka trying to go for double speed kick movement, really delaying these rollouts. I don't know exactly what's going on. Like, if maybe he's playing on a display he's not used to.
Today.
I mean, I don't know if
Flixer,
either.
he's not gonna get it.
Flixer not quite diving in time. I think he could have saved that with a dive if it were early enough. Just completely.
Kick. What?
Oh,
going on?
I thought when Packers, I was reading chat in my peripheral vision. I thought, oh, here's the backup.
It's a
So
firstie!
Oh no.
Tries
No.
to but he jumps right over it.
Dude, when we talk about 70 star, we always talk about like you got Plus, you got Lava Boost, Fire Sea, but it's just like everywhere upstairs.
Oh god.
Upstairs is
He's melting in the coldest stage. Just
How ironic.
absolutely melting down. He finally, there he goes. There he goes.
At this point, Mario is about
Perfect.
an iceberg.
You love to see it.
I mean, he was already in position for that really easy backup where you just kind of kick up the slope and then dive over the side. So I don't know if he doesn't know that
committed to that
maybe?
backup no matter what. Like it would have taken him a little bit to.
Like,
What
did
is
an
he?
exit course?
Oh no! And he's just taking the movement. This is so slow.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is-
Like Haka's already in the basement.
I'd have to recruit him after this race.
This is
Wow.
no. Okay, Haka needs to hit this rabbit here. Coming dangerously close to that corner, but he does manage to get around it instead of getting stuck on it.
Look, it's all for content. This is good content.
This is all good content. Donate to charity.
Where's Ghost Boy at?
Fuck that guy.
Ghost boy, they want you. He's in
Ghost
the cage.
Boy, I
He's
need
in
my
the cage right
content.
now. No, I can't let him out of the cage. He already was out today. Sorry.
I need content.
Well,
Can't
give him
do
a
it.
food pellet for me if you can, though. Props.
No, he already ate today. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, next time.
Yes, you did eat. Yes. I don't care if you're hungry. God, go back. Just shut up. Fuck. Sorry, guys. He's
It
too
puts
much.
the content on the channel or it gets the
Too
hose
much.
again.
It's true.
Oh, wait.
Apologies, fellas.
All right. Triple jump coming out for Flixer. He does manage to get over the wall, dive into the star. Here we go. Hakasay save and quit.
Wow.
Oh no.
He wants to show us
Holy
those rolling
crap.
green hills one last time.
Oh no.
You go through that.
Oh.
This is the worst stage to save and quit.
Oh
The absolute
no.
worst.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh
Bonking the
god.
corner there. Like, just watch all of this. Like, now you gotta go down this hallway. Now you open the door. Now you go down this hallway. A little bit more movement. Okay, you're at this door. Okay, and there we go. We're in the stage again.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
extended.
Flixer making me sweat on like every other star.
Yep. This is just a back and forth. This is crazy.
I like Flixer's boxing emote. Quite well made. Like the
All right,
perspective.
Packet having to take Shig drop here, losing even more time. And ground pounding under the star is a big backflip.
Whoa. Huge.
I think we're seeing a bit of wariness and a lot of nerves. Like this is as high of stakes as it gets.
Beyond. I mean, they're exhausted.
And I think that mistake literally just came from him continuing to hold Z, thinking that the ground pound was going to grab the star. And so Mario like immediately initiated a crouch, and you have to wait so long after letting go of Z before getting just a normal jump again without a backflip. It's such an easy mistake to make, especially like when you're exhausted. Okay, Flixer exiting this course properly, doesn't want to take the basement movement back upstairs this time.
Thank God.
Yeah. We don't want another hallway and another door.
I mean, we've seen so many changes, especially coming into Tippy. Haka wanted to kiss the wall a little bit before going up top.
That corner is such a pain.
It is. But, you know, this is the first... Oh, Flixer also wanting to kiss that wall. This is the first time in all three races that Flixer is actually going into Rainbow Ride before Haka is. So that's really interesting.
It's been back and forth, Haka again. I mean, we need a ground pound counter at this point. There has been so many pounds throughout this entire race.
And Flixer getting a decent start to his Lakitu bounce here. Taking things really, really safe and comfy with this triple.
Super comfy. Going for the ledge grab. He did go for the wall kicks earlier, last race, but...
Is he purposely changing the camera in the opposite way that reduces the lag, or is that just me?
Haka overshooting the stair. No triple for him. But at least there's no bonk. Flixer missed his loading zone.
Yep.
I mean, this is scuffed all around. We'll see if Hakasay can get this, though. Okay, he's
yeah,
out.
just completely, yeah.
I mean, I challenge anyone to do 3 no reset 70 stars with maybe 3 to 5 minutes between and see how their last run goes. It's insane.
I'm exhausted just watching this.
The category takes its toll. Like, you look at it and think like, oh, 55 minutes an hour, it's not going to be that bad. It's exhausting with how much you have to focus throughout. It ends up feeling like a 2-hour affair at least.
And the added aspect of at least.
You ever play, like, I guess the sport? I mean, Tharaoh, you were in the military. I'm sure you went through, like, intense training, and it's like, you're supposed to run, and you're just, like, wheezing, and you, like, so slowly do some turn at this is what it feels like. He's doing reds, he, like, kicks the wall, falls off, bongs, misses the star, gets up slowly, he's like, oh, just get me up there.
100,000%.
It's like, you can feel it.
Nice triangles from Flixer going with that left side ledge grab movement.
Yeah, the batteries are fully drained, but you got to find a little bit more juice in the tank. We're down to like the last, 7 minutes, perhaps 8, hopefully not more than 10.
Interesting Mario cam there from Flixer. I haven't really thought to do that. It's kind of a dumb situation where like the default camera angle most people use, the angle's a little bit weird to hit on the stick, and then if you try to shift one more left in Lakitu cam, you just get a way out of the way cam. That is kind of centered, but like you still have to take kind of a weird angle on the stick. So that Mario cam might be something to pick up.
We have Hakasay finishing up Rainbow Ride with Flicker's already in, and I believe he got towed.
Oh my god!
Just a
Oh
little
my
too far
god!
right.
Wow.
I think he even took that wider camera angle. Yup. That's like the centered camera. And like I said, you have to take not quite an up left, but towards up left.
Flicker's not getting a wall kickable angle there. Can take some time to reset this triple jump. Another few seconds down the drain here. Haka's death, might not go as punished as it could have been, but Hakasay dealing himself more self-flagellation or some kind of punishment with that.
What
dive.
even was that movement to the blue coin switch? Okay. It worked,
Wow.
I guess. He
He's
manages to
actually
get that wall
usually,
kick there.
Fairly reliable, even in Tippy, but like this race is not going well.
Just needs to go with the side
Going
flip.
up on 100 as well. At least Hakasay doesn't have to do 100. This is one place he can catch up. But Flixer, I mean, he's got to not die. He's running into walls. He's just getting concussed.
Yeah, the spaghetti is everywhere.
It's a full dinner plate.
And Haka is committing to doing 100 coins, so let's see what happens here.
No, he's just doing reds, right?
No, he grabbed the 10 coin box and he left Rainbow Ride with 62 stars.
Wait, why did he do... Oh, I'm stupid. I thought he did SL reds, but apparently he didn't. I don't know why I have this alternate reality in my head.
That is seriously the strat if you haven't put the time into TTC 100.
Mandela effect.
That's Yeller.
Oh, and he falls off the blue coin switch,
No.
manages to survive.
Oh my
But that
god.
is a huge fall. Has to take this stupid triple again.
This is
And-
rough.
Like, part of what makes this so bad is the fact that Mario can kind of clip onto ledges or he can land on them from a bit of height. And with that triple, like, unless you're able to very consistently start in the same place and do the exact same movement, you never quite know if you're going to end up clipping the ledge or not. And it's enough of a delay that it's, like, it's really hard to react to when you expect to clip, but you don't, for instance.
Yeah, like if you press A too early, you're not going to be able to release it and then press it again in time.
Exactly. Like, I've resorted to, in some cases, just double pressing A there to make sure that I get the jump. And since it's a triple jump, holding A doesn't really matter.
That's true. I could say about to finish up 100, but he's already 2 stars down, or he will still be 2 stars down after getting these ones. So it'll be about 3 if Flixer get a hand.
Yeah, luckily 1 star is Todd, but even so, it's still a position you don't really want to be in TTC.
It's tough, man. Could be all building up to this, just for the clock to clean your clock, as they
And
say.
If I'm not mistaken, Heck has already gotten towed.
No, he hasn't. He didn't.
He
grab it
hasn't,
going
okay.
in.
That's like the one thing working for him right now, or at least a ray of hope.
Okay,
Well,
Haka
I mean-
falling down, but manages to go ahead and get a hand anyway.
Not too bad.
I mean, yep. I mean, you're not wrong. Here's my only concern too. So Flixer has already proven, in Bowser in the Sky that he is super consistent. With running 16. So I think that unless there's a massive mistake here, Flixer's going to maintain on this lead. The only thing that I've seen Flixer kind of falter on in Bowser in the Sky is the very first triple jump dive and the moving right side.
Yeah, because sometimes if you try to be too crazy and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do my 16 star like Alm strat, you'll mess up, and then that'll be what gives your opponent an opening. But if you just say like, okay, I've done way more of this stage than he has, and then you just play it pretty safe, your chances of messing up are pretty low comparatively So he's got 70, Hakasay's got Toad and 2 more, so it's about a minute lead for Flixer.
Right.
And with the kind of throws and sky that Flixer's shown, can be a nice, easy stroll over the finish line.
I don't know, man. I still think this is anybody's game. Haka only needs a couple stars here, and Flixer, yes, he is in Sky, but I don't know. I just have a feeling that it's going to be really close. I think we're gonna see some wild stuff. Just stay tuned.
Okay.
Imagine still using paper copies of scripts in 2020.
Yeah, what do you think the point of the PDF was for?
Oh, I was not. There's no script. No, I was sorry. I was just looking over my. So now we have Flixer going off. The triple jump.
Left side, it's good. Trying to kind of go for a triple jump there, but the platform's not quite aligning. But he's pretty well good to go here. Let's see. Oh, not quite getting his triple right there. But he's in the pipe. Haka 69 stars.
Nice.
All right.
Very nice number of stars. Let's see the throws to clinch it.
Flixer has insane throws.
Beautiful two-spin throw.
2?
And another one.
My goodness.
Like just perfect throws.
Oh no!
Wow.
We missed it!
Oh,
Commentator's curse! He missed it!
though.
This is Haka's opening.
And he gets zapped on the way over. Pretty clean throw though. He's got a nice camera angle. Let's see. It's good though.
How did
A
that
little bit
hit?
left, but it does work, and he does win this grand finals match.
GG's.
Wow.
GG, that's...
The
Those
young
are
guy,
phenomenal races.
a fairly, new. Like he's actually not that new, but to be winning tournaments, pretty new to the scene.
Pretty hot.
And a nice 53-15 to close out this league.
Whoa, and Saren coming crazy with the cheers with the 100 bits, followed by 100 bits, followed by 100 bits, followed by 100 bits, followed by twice more 100 bits, and again
500 wolves.
Hundreds.
500.
Damn.
That's a lot of bones.
And it does look like Haka's just going to go ahead and finish this one out.
Fair enough. Might as well. It was a long journey to the top, to the grand final. Still put up a good fight, some close races. I mean,
Yeah, that
game
was
one
insane.
was seconds away from being Haka's.
Yeah, there were just so many mistakes that, like the save and quit in HMC, for example. Even something as little as that lost him so much time. A couple of things.
Yeah.
And Flixer, still getting a low 53. I thought he made a ton of mistakes upstairs, but I guess he held it together.
Oh, and gonna correct it. Sorry, not 500 bits, 700 bits from Saramu. Wanted to give credit where credit is due.
Well, they just kept coming in all the reports because he kept giving so many. It's easy to get confused. Thank you, Sarah, for the 700 bits.
You can only give 100 wolves at a time. Anything more than that will just completely overload the stream.
That makes sense when you think about it. So, Flixer, much if you're listening, feel free to come into the stream channel for an interview. Haka as well.
I mean, overall, phenomenal races. Yeah, we got
Hello?
Flixer in here now. GG,
Hey.
winning the first one, losing the second one, but coming back strong for the third one. How do you feel?
I feel good. I think I didn't look at the race at all on the last race, so that might have helped.
That's the big brain strat from what I'm hearing.
And
Yeah.
It was a great race, too. I mean, the whole best of 3 was insane, and I'm sure you guys are exhausted, but you guys put on quite a show.
That was hot.
It really
Juicy.
So, what were you thinking going into this third race, knowing you've already won one, and you only won by 2.5 seconds for the first one, and then going into the second one, you lost that one. Going into this last one, what were you thinking right before that Lakitu skip? What's going through your head?
I was thinking, Well, I just kind of did that. I don't know.
I mean, it's got to be a mindset thing because the second race, the thing that killed it was, of course, Fire Sea. That death was massive, and ate up a lot of your time. Were you thinking you were going to change anything up going into this race, or just kind of keep doing the same thing?
Doing the same thing. That I was trying to avoid that bowl and ended up like going too far to the right. Yeah, that was an unfortunate death.
It was, but congratulations, Haka. I think we have in the call here too.
What up, everybody?
How are you feeling after that? It was a great set of races.
It really was.
Exhausted.
I'm not surprised that that was.
What was the final time on the last race?
This one or the one before it?
Race 3.
Ooh, I don't know actually.
You know what you got, Flixer?
3:15, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like
so I was way off on the last one.
So,
that's disappointing.
Yeah, I think that save and quit at the end, or towards the end, really did you in there.
You know what it was, dude? It was freaking Wet Dry World Hundreds. I messed it up every single race.
Every time, all three times.
We noticed. We noticed.
It was in my head literally the whole time.
Yep.
And this last time, it just kind of like broke my spirit. Like after that, my splits just went red and more red.
Oh yeah, and then it's the mindset
on
thing.
that last race.
Yeah, because that's right. You were green going into that split, I believe, but then
just
after that,
barely.
Just barely, yeah. It was like a 0.5 second, but green, and then that was.
It's like the Fire Sea throw in like Lava Boost.
Yeah.
So,
also.
Yeah, you pretty much just got like double whammy right as you went upstairs and.
Well, I don't normally hit Lava Boost, so I don't really care about too much. But the Wet Dry World screwed me every race.
And funny story, I when you missed the Bowser throw, I put on replay and was watching that and thought you missed it again. So that was tricked myself there. It was just so realistic, just in the moment. So that was a shame. Well, I will give an update on the prize pool payouts. Of course, that isn't finalized yet. We do have the bronze match still scheduled to be played on Friday. Hopefully you'll be there. We'll, of course, be raising funds there, too, as well. But first prize is taking home at least $80, and second prize is taking home at least $50, because we maxed out our match for the donations for charity. We got a lot of donations this tonight. So yeah, $80, $50, and then third place we'll figure out on Friday. So congratulations, GG's to the runners, GG's, and thank you to everyone who donated. First of all, in the first place, it's
absolutely
that's sick.
And that does mean we raised between the 130 for Feeding America and I believe the 110 for COVID relief. We raised a total of $240 this season for charity.
That's phenomenal.
Thank you, everyone.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. I think we're probably going to do something similar in next seasons with just try to do some charity fundraising. That seems to work out pretty well. But yeah, as long as we're all
100, dude.
As long as we're all here right now, I can't think of a better time to announce this than cut over here. So. Regarding Season 3 of Club 100, I do have a little bit of an announcement. And actually, before I should probably try to fix the layout here first. Ew, how embarrassing! But here is the announcement. We will have a 16-star tournament next season in Season 3 of 100. In addition to the normal 70 we've all known, and grown to love. They will be running concurrently. Probably, round ones will happen at the same time. Rounds 2 happens at the same time. Finals at the same time. So that is the plan, at least. And nothing else has really been determined except that. So exclamation point Discord, exclamation point Season 2, or exclamation point Season 3 now to join the Discord, stay for updates. And yeah, we hope we will see you in a couple months when we get this Season 3 started up. But 16 will be there, 70 will be there. It should be fun. Please join us. Rough ballpark on what month? I normally take about 2.5 months off before trying to get in another season. So I would look for into summer.
Super exciting.
I need to replenish my matching funds for charity for a little bit. So, but once we have that, boom, let's do this again, right?
Bada bang, bada boom.
All right. Well, any last words from our runners?
So you might have seen this guy, Badams, spamming Team Badams. So I'm on Team Badams. So yeah.
Pog.
Team Badams, baby.
Nice. Hakasay, any last words?
Nothing really. Thanks for hosting this, dude. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun to be a part of.
It was my pleasure. It was so much fun to have people here, to get everyone involved. Simply for everything you've done, the support and raid tonight, hopping on comms for like 4 hours. Yeah, you guys are all nuts. So.
Pleasure.
All right.
I have one last thing to say, if that's okay.
Please.
Hakasay and Flixer are both still in the Ruby Mill tournament.
Yep, that's right.
Going to race Paracusia in the round of 32, and Haxon's going to race Saxel in the round of 16. That's still going on, so
yeah,
let's keep these amateur tournaments going.
All right, and I just put the runners' Twitch links in chat, so be sure to give them a follow. Comms as well. If you're not following Simply or Tharaoh, what is wrong with you? But also Badroenis and Electric as well. I didn't know you guys were hopping on, or else I would have had the bot updated. So
no worries, it was a blast. Thanks again.
All right. Well, I think we are done here for, well, not the whole season. Like I said, we do have the bronze match scheduled for Friday, but we are done for tonight, and that bronze match will conclude Season 2 of Club 100. Thank you all again for being here. Thank you, comms, runners, everyone who followed. There were way too many people who followed tonight that I could not keep track and announce you all on stream, and I feel super bad for that. So thank you. It is appreciated. I hope to give you more recognition next season. And with that, let's find someone to raid.
Woohoo!
Yeah, thanks for leaving the commentary booth door open.
Hey, as always, you guys know you guys are welcome back next season, and try to get some new people in too. There have been some new people interested, so try to have them hop on the mic.
Agreed.
Any recommendations for raids? You know what? I think I actually have decided. Unless any of the runners, or you guys are exhausted. You're not streaming anymore, right?
No.
Heck no.
All right. Because of the support Zine has shown me since day one of Club 100, I think we were going to go ahead and raid Zine.
Pog.
Poggers.
What else can I say beyond thank you, everyone? Come join us Friday, I believe at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, for the final race of Club 100 Season 2. And yeah, there's more to come, baby.
Thank you very much. This was dope. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
You too.